This week it's the clash of the chins as Bruce Campbell takes on Robert Zadar in the 1988 B-horror movie Maniac Cop. Fuck you guys from the fucking last drive-in for covering it this week. Oh my god.
Actually, when I saw that, I was like, isn't this like the second movie that's happened to? That we've done it, or just as we're doing it, it comes like on some like big-ass show?
Yeah, this has happened a couple of times with Last Drive-In. Anyhow, let's play the fucking theme music, buddy. Hello and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me as always is the mustache on my Atkins, Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very good, Eddie. Great song. I like that. I was like, I kind of know that tune from somewhere.
Ah, thank you. Well, Tim, you can breathe a sigh of relief. There's literally no rape in this movie, although there's a scene that comes close.
Yes, but I'll take that any day over what we did last week, where I still haven't taken enough showers.
I don't think there's enough showers in the world. Tim, we're also joined this week by a friend of the show, Matt Anderson, who, a bean sprout enthusiast, I'd say. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Splendid.
Canned bean sprouts, to be specific, not the fresh kind.
There's
Get
a
those out of
difference.
there. Yes.
He's down to earth. He's getting those cans.
Yeah, I'm a man of the people.
Well, you never know when people are going to drop by your house and you need bean sprouts, so that's why you keep them in the can.
Yeah, somebody just swings by. They're like, y'all got any bean sprouts I could put in this potato salad?
Someone just swings by and wants me to whip up a stir fry for him, sure.
Just a quick,
nice.
bad stir fry. Yeah, why not?
Everybody just go past Matt's house. He's going to cook some stir fry for you.
Sure.
Indeed. Matt, it's been a little while since we had you on the show, man. What you been up to? Anything fun?
Yeah, I've been continuing to write comic books, getting closer and closer to release dates, so that's exciting. I've been on a few podcasts and kind of keep crashing people's podcasts, which is always fun. Been on Mustachio Podcastio once or twice since I've been on here last. And
don't worry about it. That motherfucker just shows up whenever he feels like it.
well,
so
that's
you
right.
can do
He
that to
actually
him.
crashes podcasts.
Yeah, literally crashes podcast. In fact, he sent a friend of his to be in our most recent bonus episode. I don't know if you have heard our little teaser that we floated about that, but that came out last weekend because this is coming out Tuesday.
Yes, I saw the teaser on Twitter, and it says with a very special guest star, I think. So
Very special guest, of course.
Yeah.
So, Tim, we're in the last week of maybe a month dedicated to B movies, and you picked for us Maniac Cop from 1988. Tim, what, if anything, is your history with Maniac Cop?
Very limited. I think before we were recording, I was talking to Matt. The last time I saw this was probably like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning on my local Channel 5 Fox network. So that was probably like, what, maybe fucking 20 years ago, the last time I saw this movie.
So did that just look like news footage from your neighborhood?
Yeah.
You're
We
like,
all
is
know
this
that
Maniac
cop.
Cop? Is this Maniac Cop, or is this the nightly news?
Yeah, we all know a Maniac Cop. That's for goddamn sure. Matt, what about you? Do you have any history with Maniac Cop?
A little bit, kind of similar. I worked in a video store, so one of those things where I always saw the case, I know I watched it. I think I've seen the second one a couple times, like more than this one, which is weird, but because it's not.
That happens sometimes. You see this.
Yeah.
You see the second one more than you see the original.
Yeah, I'm not, and they're almost the same movie though, because it's kind of just like swap out some cast members and then basically tell the same story.
Doesn't the second one have voodoo involved?
They kind of try
Okay.
and explain a little bit more.
So,
but, like,
wait, so holy shit, this is a fucking Weekend at Bernie's, but with a cop.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Weekend at Cordell's, and
Oh, that sounds so nice, right?
I know,
Sing at
doesn't
the
it?
Cordell's.
And actually, because the second one, Tom Atkins, and you get Robert Davi, and Davi basically.
Oh shit, that's right. He's in his Frank Sinatra mode.
Yeah, he's playing like an old time radio, an old dick. And he's so like, you feel like he's a time traveler, because it's like the movie picks up right after this one. So, and I think that's the one I've seen so much more, because it was just so bizarre. But so yeah, it had been probably, I want to say 15 years or so since I saw this one.
Yeah, this is kind of like Mad Max and Road Warrior. I'm sure people watch Road Warrior a lot more times than they watched the original Mad Max.
It's probably true. So yeah, similarly, I think I actually saw Maniac Cop 3 before I saw part 1.
Now that's crazy.
Yeah, but that's what happens with these kind of movies, right? I mean, kids at a certain age now, they might not have seen the original Halloween, the 78 Halloween, before they saw part 3, 4, or 5, and then they go back and they see the original.
Those get TV rights so much cheaper, or and that's the thing. Because that's what I was thinking about Maniac Cop 2, is I bet you this was an like up all night movie on USA.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it was.
So
I had a similar problem with Leonard Part 6. I never saw parts 1 through 5. So I'm going to have to.
You're missing some of Cosby's finest work then.
No, Tim. We're not talking about Bill Cosby and his countless sleepers. Sorry. So, a little bit about...
I thought you guys covered The Entity last week. Like, let's...
God damn it.
Oh, how great would that be at the end of that show, at the end of that movie, the fucking ghost, when he greets her coming back in that house with that famous line?
When
it was
the
Fat Albert's voice.
Yeah,
no, it was Ghost Dad.
It was Ghost Dad.
Hey!
The whole time it was Ghost Dad, because the kids didn't have a dad, right? So...
Holy shit, that's why he's a dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. The Entity, or Leonard Part 5.
Or the prequel to Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad, yeah. Perfect.
So we have got Maniac Cop, 1988, written by Larry Cohen of The Stuff fame, which so interesting. Like, if you think about The Stuff and this, right, both of them weirdly kind of feel like satire. Mm-hmm. Although I think The Stuff is probably a lot more successful.
Oh, yeah. At least it's definitely much more directly satire. Like,
I mean, The Stuff opens up with some guy up in Alaska, and he sees shit pouring out of the ground. He sticks his finger in it, and then he tastes it. So that tells you what the fucking movie is right off the bat.
True. And this, I don't know. This is such a weird time for this movie to come out, right? Because you've kind of got, okay, so 1988 was a phenomenal year for movies, first of all, right? I mean, you've got just so many freaking massive hits that came out that were phenomenal movies. You know, you've got like your Who Framed Roger Rabbit, so you're doing like your kind of film noir modernization. But as far as like action goes, we were already at Die Hard at this point, you know? This is like Rambo 3. We were well beyond the whole vigilante justice thing happening.
Yeah.
I mean, this you also have to remember, this is a year after RoboCop, which this just kept reminding me of RoboCop, but in the worst way.
Oh my God, you just blew my mind. Matt, I got a great idea for a comic book.
Okay.
RoboCop versus Maniac Cop.
Oh. All right, I'm down.
Throw some Batman in there just for the hell of it. Why not?
That's easy to do.
Yeah,
I can do it. 3
vigilantes all taking each other on. That makes sense.
I have a great history with like writing projects that get all tied up in rights issues. So, you know, I mean, what's to stop me with it now? One day,
the best kind of project.
One day, my Kolchak.
You never know. DC might let the Batman trademark elapse, and then
that's true.
Good to go.
Kolchak versus Mickey Mouse. It's coming.
No. Yes. No, it was Kolchak versus the Howling. It was two things
holy shit.
And they were they were signed off on initially by the rights holders, but then the guy that owns the Howling is a huge dick and put some kibosh on it that I don't.
All right, so wait, but you still have the Kojak guy though, right? You could still do something with Kojak.
Kolchak. Not Kojak.
Not Kojak. Oh, how about
Yeah.
Kojak versus Kolchak?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. I love that too. You know what, Tim? You come up with some great ideas. Like, you should just take meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the idea guy. Then after
Yeah.
that, don't bother me.
So this was directed by William Lustig, who'd previously worked in the Maniac medium as the director of the film Maniac.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's one of those things that I knew that going in, but I always forget that and the idea that like he wanted to at some point make this series converge with Maniac was like
Yes,
a plan.
I read that online. Holy shit! How
just
great
like-
would that have been, huh?
But yeah, it's.
So it's like Maniac Cop versus Maniac.
Yeah, that was basically what Maniac Cop 2 was supposed to be, because
That makes sense.
there's a secondary kind of villain,
Yeah, that's right.
and it was supposed to be played by Joe. Was it Spinell? Was that the
Joe
guy who played
Spinelli.
Spinelli, yeah. But then I think it was right around the time he died. So they
Holy
cast
fuck.
So they cast someone that was like kind of the Kmart version of it, just like it was close enough.
Yeah, it's hard to replace Joe Spinelli from.
They got
Right.
They got Mo Fratelli.
Exactly, yeah. and I mean, so I guess I should say it was like really it was that close to happening had he not, I think, passed away is what it was. That the second one would have been those two characters.
So this is like a Friday the 13th where they couldn't use Carrie, so they just use a girl with psychic powers.
Yeah, right.
And they named her. What was her name in that one?
It was Tina.
Close.
Jason versus Tina, the match made in hell.
Right, yeah, yeah. Or as I think someone once put it, Carrie Potter.
I never saw it. That was the only movie that you ever saw Jason get knocked out by a light bulb, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a great
So-
light bulb scene in this movie too. We'll get to it.
There's a lot of great scenes in this movie. So, first of all, it's not starring him because he doesn't make it all the way through the movie.
Yeah, can I actually jump in really quick?
Yes, please.
Before we move to cast, one of the executive producer, James Glickenhaus. I don't know if that name stands out to you guys. But,
I know that name.
But he gave us Robert Ginty as an action hero. He's the one who wrote and directed The Exterminator.
Wow.
And he made that McBain
That's a movie that nobody covers, right?
Right. He made that movie McBain with Christopher Walken.
Oh, so good.
Glickenhaus is a bizarre dude. Like, just like he's a guy. Like, he's just like a super rich guy that like makes these kind of high, decently budgeted movies, anyways, and they're all just such self-indulgent like projects that defy all basic rules of any. I mean, that McBain is famous for like shooting the plane down from the other plane with a revolver. Or the guy that got hung they were torturing the guy, hanging him from a ceiling fan, and the weight of the body pulled the ceiling fan out of the ceiling, but then later McBain or one of the characters picks up the ceiling fan and throws it out a window, and it carries the body with it, and you're like, okay. It's like, and these are not jokes. So anyways, that man is probably one of the big, like, I would think because of his wealth, probably where a lot of this budget might have come from.
Definitely, because they had like $1 million budget on this film. So I'll just go over for some of the listeners. Glickenhaus is from Shapiro Glickenhaus Entertainment, right? Here's some of the greatest hits. I'm just going to name off a couple of them we're probably going to end up having to cover. You've got Frankenhooker.
Yep.
You've got Chud. You've got Death Spa.
Yes.
Which is...
That one's got a great video art.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it really does. You've got one of them, like, I don't think anybody covers, but I want to get to it one day, Black Roses, which is
the metal one. The metal band one.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so bad.
Also has an amazing box art with it was kind of the textured.
Yeah.
it-
It was
I can't
basically
remember
like a
its
Stratocaster with like black roses for the neck
Yes.
of it that were textured, and Oh my God, so good.
Yes.
I mean, we're gonna have to cover some of these.
Glickenhaus, I mean, again, and he's just a character. Like, he's just like, he sounds like an insane person, and
He's like Steve Mnuchin, but if he had taste, accidentally.
Yeah, that's it's accidental. I actually I jokingly wanted to start the lowest the podcast that no one would ever listen to, called Whose House, Glickenhaus. And it was going to cover his filmography, and then I realized
I bet you that name's already taken, Matt.
No, I've looked it up. I Google it from time to time.
Well, you should trademark that name before the show comes out, because guess what? Somebody's going to grab it.
Yeah, there is a Glickenhaus party. There's a Glickenhaus, or Last Glickenhaus on the Left podcast. But
They're seriously
Get the fuck out
no,
of
there's
here.
not. Those are two puns I came up with.
I like the Last Glickenhaus on the
Yeah,
left. That is
listen,
good.
that's a great fucking podcast. I mean, let's do a
Hold on,
spin-off.
registering the domain name real quick, and now it's mine.
Nice.
No.
But anyways, yeah, so I just as soon as that, I mean, I think his name is like it's the first thing you see on the screens, the Shapiro Glickenhaus, and I was like, oh, okay, I know I'm in for something. I don't know exactly what.
With a name like that, you're not getting Amadeus, right?
I mean, I'd love to see
you know the movie you're going to get when you see James Glickenhaus.
Yeah, well, because he would cast Christopher Walken and it would be amazing. So yes, like.
Oh, God. So, speaking of the cast, we've got, as I said before, he didn't make it to the end, but God damn it, he's one of my favorites. And, I mean, all-star, among all-stars in the horror universe, Tom Atkins playing Frank McRae. Tom Atkins,
huh?
What a career, what a great dude, what a mustache. Oh, my God. And if you don't know you know who he is. He's been in everything. He's been in Halloween 3. He's been in Escape from New York. He was in Creep Show. He was in come on.
The Fall.
Night of the Creeps?
Night of the Creeps, of course. Night of the Creeps, one of my favorite. I mean, that's one of my
Ladies,
comfort
your boyfriends
movie.
are here. And it just opens up with him sitting in a fucking beach chair in all white. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Then it flashes back to the 50s.
And you cannot do anything with the title, The Rockford Files, unless you've got him involved. Just can't happen. Yeah. Co-starring, but starring because he makes it to the end, Bruce Campbell. Again, I mean, we're talking about legends of horror here. And
he
Bruce,
looks super young here. Like,
he-
younger than even Evil Dead 1.
But they play it up too, right? Because he's supposed to be the rookie cop, so they give him like an outfit that's too big for him.
Yeah.
And they play
Is
it up
this
a little
after
bit.
Evil Dead 1?
It's got to be after 1 for sure. Cause this
Of course.
Well,
it's
yeah,
probably-
because somebody shows up. So, yeah, okay, all right.
No, it's definitely after. Yeah, but that's
Evil
what I'm
Dead
saying.
1 was 1981, Tim.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
That's the shocking thing, is that he looks younger in this one than he did in Evil Dead 1.
Hell, Evil Dead 2 was
85,
87.
right? Or
No,
87,
87, I think.
So yeah.
81?
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that. There's no way that movie came out in
It's-
1981.
It's true, sir.
Nope, I don't believe it. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
No,
You
I
don't
remember
have to.
because I was looking it up, and Army of Darkness was actually like way earlier than I thought. It was 92.
Yeah, it was 92, 93. Yeah, something like that.
See, that sounds about right, but holy shit, 81.
Yep. That's how old you are, Tim. That it seems like it was only yesterday.
That was the year I was born.
I was 1, so I was born in 80, but I was born right at the ass end of 80 in
Nah,
December.
see, I was January of 81, so.
Oh, see, you're like less than a month from me. What day?
28th.
See, I was 9th. Oh, sorry.
So you're.
Oh, you're lucky.
okay.
You're January, but you're far enough away that you don't get Christmas and birthday kits at the same time.
Yeah, occasionally I got the Super Bowl, which coincided like with my 10th birthday. That kind of sucked. But
Oof, that's rough.
Was it a Buffalo 66 thing?
is that Vincent
Yes, it
that
is.
Gallo movie?
Gallo, yeah. Okay.
Not Jollo, Gallo. But yeah.
You got a blowjob on film. It's like,
I'm gonna say-
the smartest fucking director ever. He's like, you know what I'm gonna do? Guess what?
I'm going to say no, it wasn't anything like that. Just knowing who was in it.
Jesus. So then you've got Lauren Landon, relatively unknown at the time, but she was playing a model in The Stuff, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. And she was playing Teresa, who sticks with this to the end. Not a ton to say about her performance. What?
Kinky hair lady?
Yeah, Bruce Campbell's girlfriend. Not wife, girlfriend. No. We'll get to that.
Yes.
And then, again, the names keep coming. Richard Roundtree. Shaft.
Yep,
fucking Shaft is Commissioner Pike.
Who was like...
Shaft sold out, man. I never believed that Shaft would ever work for the fucking man like that, but...
They had him for a day and in an office.
Yep.
Are you sure it's a day?
Okay, half a day. Yes. They had him for a lunch break.
Mm-hmm. As he was leaving to go get his lunch, they had him stabbed off camera.
Yes.
So that was all they got from Roundtree. Still wonderful to see him in it, though. He did such a great job. Oh, my, yeah. Again. Love the casting in here. William Smith, who, Tim, you probably remember from Scorchy.
Oh, yeah. No. Here's how I remember him.
Okay.
One of the baddest motherfuckers ever. Rich Man, Poor Man.
Oh, was he?
He played Falcone.
Or Falconetti.
Falconetti, yes. Holy fucking shit.
Mm-hmm. He was also in Red Dawn and Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yep.
Ugh. He plays
and
Captain.
Michael Rooker could play him in a biopic.
Oh, holy shit, you're right.
Holy fuck.
I mean, I was just like...
Dude, I think that guy fucked Michael Rooker's mom, and that's his son.
So you think that's Michael Rooker's dad is another way to say it?
Yeah, okay. That's one way to say it. You don't have to bring in the fucking part, but okay.
Well, I mean, some people don't know how it works.
Yeah. Tim's like, hey, I bet this guy fucking ejaculated into his mother's cunt. And then he was born.
I wouldn't say cunt. I would say pussy.
What I love, though, is you made it sound like that Michael Rooker already had his mom, and then Bill Smith impregnated her with him.
Yeah.
So it's like he after the fact became his dad.
It's like a real Rand Casey.
So he plays Captain Ripley, not that Ripley.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Robert Zadar. The Chin plays Matt
the
Cordell.
Fucking chin off in this movie. I can't believe there wasn't any point where you got the two of them together and they fucking chin butted.
Yeah, they never face to face it. You hope.
Well, you can't have them face to face it.
But it was too early in Campbell's career. He hadn't really embraced that Briscoe County Jr. kind of side of himself yet.
True.
So.
Oh wait, he was pulling his jaw in.
He was tucking it in.
He was tucking. Yeah. He was playing Goodbye Wild Horses.
You suck your gut in when you walk past a nice looking person. Yeah, he was sucking his chin in.
Yeah.
And Tim, you might remember him from 1986, The Night Stalker.
Oh, did he play Ramirez? Wait, was that the one about Richard Ramirez?
No, he didn't play Ramirez, but it was loosely based on...
Oh, loosely, okay.
Ramirez. It was about somebody who was killing prostitutes. Yeah, and then another one we have to... I know we don't do this kind of movie, but somehow we have to do this movie, Cherry 2000.
Oh, the Melanie Griffith?
Yeah. That's another fucking Galaxina movie where you think you're getting something, but you end up with something else.
Yeah, Melanie Griffith. Lawrence Fishburne was in it. Fucking Harry Carey Jr. Oh, yeah. It's such a stupid premise for a movie. I love it. And it took place in 2017, by the way. That was when it was set. So
yeah.
Wow.
I love those movies where they're, they're in the future, but it's a very reasonable future. So you're like...
It's going to be the future, but there's 30 years, 40 years out.
The best one is Predator 2, which takes place in 1997, Los Angeles. And the movie came out in 93 or 92 or something like that. And you're like...
You skipping 5 fucking years. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, why
they
do
made
that?
They made it look like a Mad Max movie. Like they even gave them like kind of like weird looking like techno like future guns, but you're like, dude, this is gonna happen in this decade. Like don't set your movie like that.
That's why I always love when you see in movies when it's set like 20 years in the future and all the doors have been replaced with fucking apertures. Like,
You're right.
That's never going to happen.
No.
Never. It's so inefficient.
Well, one good thing about Predator 2, besides setting up the whole alien connection, is that movie, if you ever want to know what hot feels like, watch that fucking movie. Everybody's just continuously sweating, and you can feel how fucking hot it's supposed to be in Los Angeles.
Yeah. And we've got a couple of fun cameos in this movie, by the way, besides Richard Roundtree as Shaft, which is basically a fucking...
It's basically a cameo.
It's a walk-by.
Pretty much. Another walk-by, we've got Sam Raimi, who plays...
Looking like Ted Raimi. Like,
he really does.
I had to look up and see which Raimi it was.
I wrote it down as Ted in my notes, and then we get to the credits, and I cross it out. I'm like, oh, that was Sam. Never
Nope,
mind.
that was Sam. Never mind. He plays the reporter in the parade, and Raging Bull himself, Jack LaMotta, has a cameo as a detective.
Oh,
What?
Yes.
is he?
Holy fucking shit. Now I have to watch it. Who is he?
He just plays one of the detectives that they kind of walk by. I don't think he even has a spoken line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he tried to do that fucking monologue from Raging Bull, and they're like, come on, cut it.
Yeah. Oh my God. They're like, cut, get him. Okay, no. Just go shadow box in the corner for a minute until you don't have as much
Keep him
energy.
away from the craft service people.
I was hoping it was the medical guy from the prison with the creepy smile, if that turned out to be what Jack really looked like.
No. So that was another weird move that they did, actually, was that the director, William Lustig, the coroner, was actually his doctor.
The coroner at the what we see in the beginning of the movie, or the
Yes,
guy?
yes,
okay,
at the beginning.
the one with the awesome hair, the weird,
Yeah.
that guy's a real doctor.
Yeah.
don't
The
know if I'd
director's doctor.
I don't know if I'd go to him. Like,
Could you take him seriously with
No.
that hair?
He's your Dr. Feelgood. Come on, dudes. He's like that fucking guy that Donald Trump uses as fucking doctor with that, again, head of hair, right?
Yeah, no,
When you
that's
see
what-
that kind of hair on a doctor, you know you're just getting all the fucking pills you want.
yeah, that's true. That's
You're getting fucking lewds in suppository form.
When your doctor's wearing flip-flops and shorts in the office and he calls you chief, then
Yeah.
you know you're good. Yeah, all right there,
Do you
chief.
think there's
What do you
ever
need?
been a doctor who's worn shorts to the office and walking around in their white coat with shorts on?
yes.
I'm sure. Doogie Howser probably did it.
He's not a real doctor.
That's true. That is very true. That's about all I have for the notes of the credits, except for, Matt, you clued me into an interesting thing in
Yes.
the credits. And that is that I did some digging into this too, and it's impossible to find. But a couple of the songs that were featured in the soundtrack, which
I can't even remember when. I mean, were they like in the bar?
They were in the
That's
bar,
background
yeah.
songs. Okay.
Yep. It was Walk the Floor and Hello Heartbreak, which were composed by Michael Shanklin and Tamil Jensen, and Tim,
Yes.
with vocals by David Carradine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It was in the credits. I took a picture. I took a screenshot
Yeah.
and sent it to Eddie.
The only screenshot I saw was with the fucking Spiro Ratso
Oh
guy.
yeah, the guy that was
Yeah.
your friend.
Tim,
Him and Mario.
I really, really, really tried to find these two songs that are in Maniac Cop. I found a couple of people that have, it's like a single that is pressed for these two songs.
Okay.
Could not find any copies of these two songs, but Tim, I did find from one of his albums a David Carradine voiced track. And I have that for you if you would like to hear it.
Yes, I would very much like to hear that.
Let
Let
him
me
get
turn the lights
comfortable.
off and tighten my tie up for a second. Go ahead.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, presenting David Carradine singing Last Chance.
If you got a secret, now's the time to tell.
Oh, he's got a secret.
If you got a penny,
Took it to his grave.
Almost.
better drop
Almost.
it in well. 'Cause there's not much time to go. The gypsy woman told me so. It's all over.
He can't sue us for playing this, right?
No, I'm going to cut it off right now. He's dead. He
I mean,
can't
his
sue
ghost,
us, but
yeah.
his estate.
All right, no, Eddie, what you have to do is you have to find, back in like the 90s, I think David Letterman did a whole thing where he was like always bringing on like these crazy fucking albums that he bought, that he supposedly bought in William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and Spy Magazine, if you remember that. They put out like 2 CDs where it was all those songs together. So you had Leonard Nimoy singing If I Had a Hammer. You had Shatner doing Mr. Tambourine Man. And, Matt, here we go. Full circle. Jack Webb
Oh no.
doing Try a Little Tenderness. Okay? Ladies, they don't forget it.
Yeah.
And man, you won't regret it.
That must have sounded
Try
like
a
the
little
most-
tenderness.
It was like the most
Try a little
sarcastic.
tenderness. So I am betting you that there's got to be some place out there that has the fucking David Carradine songs on it, because it would have been well past the time that they were putting these out. And how do you not put fucking Kung Fu singing?
Well, that's my question. Was like when I saw that, I was like, okay, it would be so weird if it was someone else with that name.
Oh, David Carradine and the Grasshoppers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just the fact that like I didn't know he had a singing career. I mean, I guess certain times, especially actors in the 70s, they always seem
It
to
was a
have at least
thing.
one
I
album.
think
Right.
it was. Look, if Jack Webb had a fucking album, okay, it wasn't a
true.
single. He had an entire fucking album. Tex Ritter, Jack Ritter's father, did a whole fucking rap, okay, about the 52 playing cards and how they're all related to the Bible.
Oh,
So-
that's
It wasn't like something that was unheard of. If you had
is
a
that like
TV
Insane
show,
Clown Posse's first album? Did they have all
But
the
yeah,
cards?
if you had a TV show or anything like that, they gave you a fucking record deal. They thought that shit was going to cross over.
Yeah, I'm just
They gave everybody a chance, dude. It's ridiculous. By the way, Tim, the album that was off of David Carradine's Last Chance, 1975.
No, yeah, last chance before you make this decision,
at least
David.
it's not called
Come
Last
on.
Gasp.
No. Last Chance is the name of the song. The album, though, Grasshopper.
For real.
Yes.
For real.
Yes, for
Are
real.
you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So Tim's stupid joke
Yeah.
Is reality, sir. I'm gonna try. You know what?
Wow, did we just manifest that? Did we just fucking
was gonna-
Mandela that shit?
Yeah, I don't think it existed. I go to like the Wayback Machine on the
This is
internet.
the Bernstein-Berenstein
Right.
issue, like you said, the Mandela effect. I bet Bobby has a copy of this record.
If not, I bet you he would know how to find it.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like,
definitely, Bobby. Come on. Well, I think the next one we're doing with Bobby is so we can find out 1, 2, 3. is
Yes,
gonna
we
be
are. We're going to be
Yeah.
recording it tomorrow, so it'll be coming out a week from when you're hearing this, and that's for the beginning of Pride Month. We're going to be talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Nice.
Love that movie.
I love that one too.
And that was another one. This is maybe the first time that I've seen it in like maybe 20 or something years.
So yeah, my history, like I said, is I saw Maniac Cop 3 first, and then eventually got around to Maniac Cop 1.
Was that still Zadar? Like, did they never recast him? or
No,
anything,
it was
right?
always Zadar.
Okay.
Like,
Come on.
how
do
do
you give
you
up that paycheck?
recast Zadar?
Well, I don't know. Like, it just how you were already at like a B tier slasher. Like the idea of you could see a third one doing the thing where they cast someone else or it's a new cop. Like
No, I think Zadar was like Danny Trejo before Danny Trejo, where he was just like, all right, you want me to be in a movie? Okay, I'll be there.
I was going to say, Matt, I think Zadar was the Tim Yobo, what he is to podcasts of B movies.
That's right. I don't need to know what the movie's about. I don't need to read the script. Just give me a fucking get me in front of a camera or a microphone.
Tim Yebo, can I give you a title, sir? The hardest working man in podcasts.
Yes.
Wow. I'll take that. Okay.
There you go.
I don't know if it's hard work, but it's hard drinking.
It is hard drinking. And speaking of hard drinking, we started a bar because
Yep.
Tim Atkins.
Tim Atkins.
There's a Freudian slip. Tom Atkins movie, you've got to start in a fucking bar. Even though he's not there yet. But we do have our waitress.
I think he has it in his contract that he will not be in any movie unless he gets to be in a bar at least once or at least drinking a 6-pack of beer.
Yep. He gets to drink in at least 60% of the scenes that he's in. That's part of his contract.
And he plans ahead with his drinks too, because he's got extras coming both times.
Oh my God.
But
no, he's not here.
He's the guy at the bar. He
yet.
just lifts his finger, and the bartender just brings her another one right over.
She knows. He's a regular in every bar.
yes,
So, no, we have a waitress leaving the bar, and I love that the bartender offers her a lift. And she's like, look, man, I'd rather deal with muggers than get a ride home from you.
yeah, great
Which is great.
workplace.
Yeah.
Especially because I think we find out later that she apparently owns that bar that she's leaving. So that's like her employee that she's afraid of.
He might be the best bartender in town, though. You
That's
never
true.
know.
It's Tom Cruise.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on. Have you
Tom
seen
Cruise.
Cocktails? It's all about the bartender.
And if it's Tom Cruise, he has nothing to worry about except for maybe the sci-tie stuff. But
I don't know, that FX guy, you have to worry about Rory.
But she leaves, and, well, of course, she gets mugged. As she's walking down the street, a dude just reaches up and grabs her leg, which is a move. I guess he was trying to trip her. And then 2 other guys jump her. And then I love this because she doesn't just, like, take it lying down.
No, she beats them off.
Well,
no, she doesn't beat them off, Tim.
Let's careful.
She beats them off.
Yeah.
Unless your mind's in the gutter. Come on. We're done with the other episode. We're not doing that movie again.
She beats them off with both hands as she wields her handbag and clubs them about the head and face area. They're on the ground, exhausted clearly from being so thoroughly beaten off.
Yep. They're spent.
Yep, and she runs away, but they give chase, Tim, and she ends up hiding at a park jungle gym. Now, Tim, I don't know a lot about New York, having never been there, but a park in the 1980s at night, how safe is that?
Oh my fucking God. I'm surprised that she didn't get murdered, raped, and fucking mugged 24 times before she got to that fucking jungle gym.
In that order, by the way.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I was going to say, we should add that, like, during the opening credits, we were getting, like, the Rambo, like, getting ready for battle suit up montage. So we were seeing the cop put on the gloves, put on the, belt and all that. So we kind of have already seen not his face, but, like, what he's going to look like.
No, I think it's a while before we actually see his face.
Yeah.
Quite a
And
while.
again, accidentally, the way that they fucking did the movie, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
they at least
reveal
give
of
us-
the face, good move.
Yeah, they give us because what the look of the uniform is going to be key in just a moment with this woman.
So yeah, these 2 guys, 2 muggers, they're kind of cat and mousing with her. They track her down to the park, and they're about to find her. And then, oh shit, she bolts because she sees a cop. She
Thank
runs
God.
up to the cop. Oh, thank God you're here. There's 2 minorities on the other side of the park. Go kill them.
Well, you're being more forgiving than what she said, because when she said that, I was like, how the fuck can she tell?
Yeah, exactly. She says there's 2 Puerto Ricans chasing me, which how could she tell? Whatever. Anyhow, and I love this that the cop just, hey, help me. You gotta help me. He's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna grab you by your neck, lift you by your neck, and then just fucking snap your neck. It's insane.
And they see it. The two muggers see him doing
Yeah,
this too.
They quickly become witnesses.
Yeah, and they're like, I'm going to
My
get the
God,
fuck out
can
of
you
here.
imagine being Puerto Rican kids in the park at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you see a fucking cop kill a white woman?
The woman
You
you're
know
chasing.
your fucking ass is dead, right?
Yeah.
It's the woman you're chasing to mug, by the way. You're like, ah, shit, this cop's over. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, new threat. I'm out of here.
It's a white woman he killed. Holy fucking shit.
Yep.
Run.
Yeah. God, this cop is fucking crazy. So anyhow,
Yeah, there might be a better word for it, but we'll get there.
well, we'll find out because this is the
Yeah.
autopsy scene
Oh,
that we
yes.
get to, and this is like you were talking about, Tim. This guy's fucking hairdo. Oh my God, there are mullets, and then there are mullets. This isn't quite I don't know how the
Speaking
fuck.
of which, you know that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un just outlawed skinny jeans and mullets in North Korea.
What?
Yep. They are now illegal. I don't know if it's a like a camp type offense or a murder offense, but yeah, skinny jeans and mullets are no longer allowed in North Korea.
Effectively, he just declared war on Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, you know the motherfucker, secretly has like a mullet wig that he wears
Yeah,
around,
of course.
right?
Of course.
Well, yeah. Well, I know he does that with the, and his dad did that too with the hairstyles. Was basically the thought was he knew his looked ridiculous, so he would make sure that everyone else had to have it.
How brilliant is that? You know what? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. If I was a dictator, I'd do the same goddamn thing.
It's like, I can't do anything with this, so you guys, none of you
Yeah,
can have
that's
anything
right.
better.
Yeah.
I'm waking up with fucking bed hair. Guess what? The whole country tomorrow is waking up with bed hair, and nobody's going to say anything about it.
We're outlawing
not gonna look
dicks
like an
that are
idiot.
above 4.5 inches. So just so you know. I mean, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. This is one of those rules that I'm the exception to everybody else.
Right. Yep.
God, I guess they use the metric
It's funny how he
system,
doesn't
though,
make everybody else in the country wear lifts, but hey, what are you going to do?
or try to kill themselves by eating too much cheese. So
Or killing your uncle by tying him to an artillery gun and shooting it off.
that's some impressive shit right
That's
there.
a fucking
I mean,
James Bond thing, right?
Yeah.
that- oh yeah, that's some
See?
Blowfield
And again,
shit.
he's watching movies. He's watching James Bond movies. You know he's watching Jean-Claude Van Damme movies where that
His-
motherfucker's got a mullet, right?
You know, he's got one of the most, well, because of his dad, he's got one of the most extensive film collections in the
Oh,
world.
yeah. That, and what was the other thing that his fucking father freaked out on? Was it like Crown Royal? I think at one point he was like,
yeah.
He was the largest fucking customer in the entire world.
Yeah.
Yeah, of shitty blended Canadian whiskey. Nice.
Yeah.
So-
But, yeah, anyways, that was, like, this mullet is like, it's
Out
a
of
mullet
control.
with, like, a permed wig on top of it.
It's like a permed flat top with a mullet. It's
Yeah,
fucking
they're layered.
insane.
So
There are
it's
layers
party
to
in
it.
back and chaos on top.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
It's chaos all around, Tim. It's
It is
just
it's a Lovecraft mullet.
oh yeah, exactly.
It's indescribable, and you're gonna be
But
changed
I will spend
once you see
17
it.
pages trying to describe it to you. Yes.
Exactly.
And the only thing that you can hope is that you go mad before it kills you.
You're right.
That's your best bet. Oh my god! And we have some great quotes in this movie.
Atkins has the best lines, and
Yeah. Is this intentional? I hope it's intentional because they're doing the autopsy, and I love that the coroner's like, I don't know if these kids could have done this because clearly
Atkins is the one that is skeptical about it.
right. Yeah, he's skeptical because he's like, I don't know if these kids could have done this because, well, she's got a crushed larynx, and by the way, look at the size of those hematomas.
Yeah.
Fucking great line, man.
Would you look at those hematomas?
Sounds like some shit you'd say, Tim.
Just
Hey, look, hematomas are hematomas.
see
Anytime I
that
can
se-
see them, I'm happy.
And this is where we also know that Atkins, he knows her because she owned the bar.
Yes.
And,
Of course, yeah.
and he has the best line about her.
Oh, wait,
which-
hold on. Is his line, "Oh, thank God I don't have to pay the tab"?
Yep.
That's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
But like, you know how you talk about someone that like, and you feel some fondness for, and you want to say something memorable about them. Well, he said she always had the latest jokes.
Yeah, what a fucking line. Holy shit.
The latest jokes. Okay.
She
Great.
kept me up to date on all the racist jokes that were
I
coming
know.
out.
That's why she called them Puerto Ricans. She just been telling all of that stuff.
Oh my God, Matt, you just fucking nailed it.
Yep.
That's right. Here she goes. 2 Puerto Ricans walk into my bar. I say, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah.
That's her joke.
And then they try to kill me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you said, of course he knows her. Of course, he knows everybody in every bar. Like, this is Tom Atkins we're talking about here. So next, we've got
He's
a
like
couple.
the norm, but in every single bar.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is.
He walks into
Oh.
any bar and they just, Tom.
Oh, God. So, next we cut to another couple. They're driving away in their car.
Oh.
Drunk driving, by the way. Because the guy's drinking a beer in the car, right?
That's the first no-no.
Yeah, that's a baller move, but that's a no-no. Afterward, he's arguing with his girl, and they almost fucking blow past a red light, but he slams on the brakes, right? Mm-hmm. And they're sitting there like, God damn, this fucking red light. How
Okay.
long?
They've been sitting there for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
And
it's
he
not that long at all.
He busts out the, "What's the matter with this light?"
I want to get home and fuck.
Yeah.
I was just, oh, man.
And she's
What's
like,
the matter?
relax. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And then we see a cop pull up behind him, throws on the party lights, and walks up to
So
the...
wait a
No,
second.
no,
He
no,
has
no,
a
no, we
police
don't.
car?
No, we don't. No.
No, I was
That-
going to say,
you're-
hold on. You
that's-
don't see any lights. You just he just knocks
he-
on the fucking window and
Right.
scares the shit out of them because they're
No,
making out.
I
No,
swear to
you're
God, I
you're
saw a
mixing
cop
it up
car.
with there. No, you're mixing it up with the scene with the really twitchy lady that like her car's breaking down later. You do see the rear view mirror shot.
Oh,
of the
yeah,
cop
that's
car.
right.
Because one of the things is, and this is a theme throughout, is the low budget that this one is working with is so noticeable when there's no one on the street. Like they are, I don't know what time they're filming.
No,
but,
that's
like,
what makes it great because no, Matt,
does
see,
it?
In New York at 2:00 in the morning in certain parts? Yeah, there's nobody fucking
Okay,
walking
see,
around.
now that was going to be my follow-up question is, also having never been...
There's even
to-
times
into the
right
city-
now, even before COVID, you could go at 2:00 in the morning and be in certain areas where you're the only motherfucker who's leaving that bar and walking 7 or 8 blocks before you see somebody.
So that's okay, because for me, like with my, just thinking of New York through the movies, that was not ringing. That it felt off to me that the streets were so
No,
empty.
no. Trust
Okay.
me. When I saw that, that's 100%. I remember how many times me and my friend Mario coming home from bars, and we were
Okay.
the only fucking people walking around for 7 or 8 fucking blocks in Manhattan. Not even
Okay.
not even the outer boroughs, in fucking Manhattan. At a certain time, everybody's fucking asleep.
All right, well then, because that was definitely kind of distracting me, because I was like, okay, New York. You think about New York, you think about how busy they always want to show it, and then the fact that we were just seeing no one in the background at all. But
Well, I think the other thing too is, Matt, is that bars in New York back then closed at either 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
yeah,
So 3 o'clock in the morning, even in Los Angeles, there's going to be fucking dead spots.
yeah, it's true. But yeah, and you're right. And so I guess knowing that now, the fact that the cop does just show up and there's no one around. We don't see a police car. So all right. I now see this scene as being effective because I was too distracted by it before.
No, it's authentic.
No, this is an authentic fucking scene for me too, because he just taps on the window. Guy rolls down. He's like, what, it's cool, officer. Hide the fucking beer, you dumb bitch. Yeah,
It's too late by that
Put
point.
the empty Coke wrapper under your foot so he don't see it.
yeah. And he just kind of motions like, hey,
Never do Coke again.
get out of here. Guy gets out of the car, walks out front. He's like, sorry, sir, it's fine. I'm cool. I'm sober. Don't worry, sir. And we don't see the maniac cop's face at all. Well shot on that regard. But we do see the drunkard doing the tip your head back, reach your hands out and touch your nose trick.
Now, he did that voluntarily, right? Because at no point does the
Well, he
maniac
wasn't
cop
beaten
talk.
until... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably trying to prove it. He's like, look, I'm not drunk, see?
Which is the best way to prove that you
Yeah.
are drunk.
Yeah.
When you give
And the cop
yourself
is like,
challenges.
"No, motherfucker, I want you to zip up your zipper and put your dick in that order."
But Maniac Cop, he doesn't have any time for this foolishness because he's got, and I don't think this is a standard issue police thing. He's got a
you
baton, but the baton has like a dagger inside of it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
sword.
this is your drop
essentially.
katana.
Yeah, it's a batana. And so he opens the batana and he just fucking slits this dude's throat while he's got his head tipped back. It's like perfect timing, you know?
Yeah,
Then he...
it's like the guy set himself up for that one. The cop didn't even ask him to do it.
Yeah. Cop met him, or he met the cop halfway is what you're saying, Matt, and I agree. So then... I love the scene of the lady in the car.
Holy shit.
Right? And then the body of her boyfriend crashing into the windshield, it spider webs out like beautifully. And we just get fake blood poured on the windshield. You cannot see shit, by the way. And she's like, fuck this. Kicks the car into gear and speeds off. So now we've got a murder and we've got a witness. So, cut to Commissioner Shaft.
Yeah.
And it was very jarring, like you said, Tim, to see Shaft as a cop. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, okay, whatever.
But I think if you look at the rest of his career, rest of his career, he's pretty much a cop.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Later on, yeah.
he's a guy that if you can get him in your movie, he immediately adds like gravitas to like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You put him behind a desk and you're like, okay, that guy's important.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he's just got that presence. So it's a great shorthand kind of thing to do in these kinds of movies.
Yeah. And he summons, Tom Atkins in to discuss the murder that took place. Atkins thinks, there's a couple of murders that went on. We've got these two Puerto Rican kids that said that it was a cop. Again, with the how do we... I guess at this point you have talked to them, right? So I guess you could ask them...
Well, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they arrest the fucking... the cops arrest the only witnesses to what happened. Because they're Puerto Rican and they're in the park.
Yeah, they shove them against the fence. They're treating them like shit. And they're like, look, man, I don't fucking know. There was a cop.
I'm a jet. I'm not a shark.
Yeah. And so Atkins is like, look, so clearly what I think it is it's a cop that's doing this. There's a bad cop. So, of course, the lieutenant says, no. Of course it's not a cop. It's a guy who's framing cops. Look.
Right.
Well,
and
okay,
you
again,
know what? I was going to
Go
say.
ahead, Matt. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, and it's kind of interesting that this scene, I feel like if they played it out just a little bit more, it's an entirely reasonable thing for the way Richard Roundtree presents it, which is we have no, other than this guy looked like a cop, we have no other evidence, right? So the certainty in which Tom Atkins is coming at this, that it has to be a cop. There's no way it's not. it felt like there was just a couple things missing there in terms of, because I feel like he too quickly blew past like a pretty reasonable thing. Like,
Yeah.
why shouldn't we entertain the fact that someone's going to make us look bad?
Because because later on we'll get into that Maniac Cop has some inside info that he's being dealt, but at this point
Yes.
there is none of that.
Right.
He just
These are
at
not
this
targeted.
point, I took it as the typical thing where it's the cops protecting themselves, where there's no way it could be a cop. Whenever
Right.
every TV show, every movie where it turns out that it's a cop who's actually doing it, I'm looking at you. What's the fucking Strike Zone with Bruce Willis? Whatever the fuck it was.
Striking Distance?
striking.
Yeah, there you
distance,
go.
Yeah.
Was that when he was Coast Guard?
Yes, with Dennis Farrar and Tom Sizemore, right?
Yeah, but there we
Spoiler
go.
alert, he's a killer. But the cops never believe that it's a cop. It's always their first thing. And again, Matt, before we were doing the recording, we were talking about how over the years, all the TV show, all the movies we see is whatever the cops do that's wrong, it's okay because they're doing something that's for the greater purpose. So it doesn't matter if they did this, they broke in without a warrant or anything like that. So again, here it is in the movie where it's like, it's even as soon as he mentions it might be. It's just like, no, there's no way it can be a cop.
Yeah.
No, it's somebody framing cops. But then he turns it a little bit on its ear and he says, look, man, Tom, you should probably chill. Because it seems like I don't know, it seems like you know too much about this guy, maybe.
Which is funny because all he said is the guy looked like a cop, so he's a cop.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you don't know anything.
And he's like, when's the last time you went in to get your psych eval? And it's like, oh, shit. This is going to be a problem because, yeah, cops getting psych evals. If only. Perfect world. And then he gives him this line, hey, do you remember when you tried to kill yourself recently?
Yeah.
Because your partner
And guess what? You're still a
died?"
cop.
Yeah. And I love his quote is he's like, oh, yeah, my gun went off.
Yeah, the gun went off.
It's like,
But I'm still here.
Yeah, your gun went off. You're still here. That's great. But it wasn't like a week after your partner died. And by the way, usually people smile, and you never smile.
Oh, God, that is the best.
And we cut to Tom Atkins doing the creepiest
Yes.
fake smile ever.
And that's another moment where you're like, okay, this is a satire. They know what they're like. They know this is funny, right?
I don't know.
I
I really, Matt, I did not get at any point. I did not get any humor in this movie. The way I watched this movie, and maybe I'm watching it wrong.
Oh,
but
no, I
completely
think
took
you're
it that
right.
They were making this. There wasn't supposed to be any kind of jokes or anything at all about this.
I believe that to be true as well. But like there are these moments, and again, as Eddie said, like since we know Larry Cohen wrote it, it's around the same time as the stuff. Almost any Larry Cohen script, he always peppers in some of that like satirical content. So it could be one of those situations where it existed more on the page, and then you get a director like the guy
True.
you got.
Okay.
And,
Yes, I got
and
you.
it's
Okay.
not. But like, but there are lines, and maybe they also just, again, listening to them now, they sound hilarious. Like earlier about that like psych eval thing, like Richard Roundtree like makes it sound like how preposterous it would be. Like, what are we gonna do? Psych eval the whole force? And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Pish
like,
posh.
like,
I mean, you probably
can you
should.
imagine we do that?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, what a waste
Don't
of
be stupid.
resources.
Yeah. It's, and I don't know. Like you said, I think it's almost like you said, maybe it's a, like a Slumber Party Massacre where you've got something that is
exactly.
written satirically, and then the director and the people who are handling it
Yes,
later
they
on
didn't
are like,
understand it. Gotcha.
don't quite get it. Or maybe it's like a Paul Verhoeven thing where I think with Verhoeven, some of his work is so just absorbed American culture that it is unintentionally satirical.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think it might be a little mix of both. Who knows? But that's cool because Maniac Cop is going to go kill a slide trombone player.
Oh God, yeah.
What the fuck is this poor guy? Of the people that I feel bad for, this guy did fucking nothing wrong. He just leaves. Again, it's night in New York. And he just leaves a club, puts his slide trombone into the trunk of his car.
Bad move. Just put it in the fucking back seat. Get the fuck out of there, man.
I mean, yeah, I suppose this guy's. I don't think.
But
it's
you're
his
not
first night
expecting
playing.
a Maniac Cop, so
Yeah, no one ever expects a Maniac Cop. That's true.
Right.
It's the 80s. It's New York. You're expecting something.
Yeah. Yeah, Giuliani didn't clean it up yet, right? So
That motherfucking cocksucking motherfucker.
that guy's a piece of shit. You know what? When we find out what the motive of Maniac Cop is, maybe we could have him around for Giuliani just for a minute. You know?
Oh, how great would that be? Then they would never put the fucking emergency response team in the fucking World Trade Center, like everybody told Giuliani not to do, but he still fucking put it there.
Maniac Cop just gets like a Medal of Honor for offing Giuliani. They're like, we're going to give you something. Like, you got to have some.
No, see, what we needed that day was Maniac Sky Marshal.
Yeah. True. So, yeah, now Maniac Cop just cuffs this poor fucking trombone player, draws out his blade, and the trombone player, good move, runs away. He's like, fuck this.
Now, is there any? Now we know that the nightstick has the sword in it. Is there anything different about the cuffs, or did he just put them on really tight?
I think he must have put them on too tight.
Or like, 'cause it seemed like I was wondering if were they like razor sharpened? Because I mean, when we see him running, his wrists. There's lots of shots of the guy running with his hands cuffed behind his back, and his wrists are bleeding a lot.
Maybe it's.
I think that goes to where you always heard, where you've seen in movies and TVs where like the cuffs are too tight. And I guess if you had your handcuff, if you were handcuffed from behind and you had to run, you're going to be fucking rubbing your skin all over those fucking metal handcuffs while you're trying to chug along.
I'm just thinking Maniac Cop should have sharpened them. They should have been another little like. I mean, you've already got the kind of gimmicky nightstick. You should have kind of like done something to each one of his things.
Right. Yeah, where he cuts his hands off by just really fucking tightening them too much.
Right.
Yeah. So you know how like at the end of the handcuffs, there's the little teeth that they have so that it locks into place. Just make the whole cuff serrated.
Right.
Right. That would have been a good practical effect. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. That's for my Maniac Cop versus Kolchak film that I'm making. Anyhow.
Hey. I'll already buy a ticket.
I'm already signed up, sir.
I'm to Chicago.
I'm on the oh wow. I'm on the Patreon for it when it comes out. So yeah, he's bleeding from these fucking cuffs and just screaming for help, and he's mashing his nose against everybody's fucking thing to try to ring up to the
bell with his face, and I'm like, yo, motherfucker, it's 2:00 in the morning. Stop ringing my bell.
That's the note that I had, is that somewhere upstairs, Tim Yobo was trying to finagle his way into the panties of a weed-dealing woman who's not interested.
You could have saved this man,
strictly
Tim.
from 3:00 in the afternoon till 9:00 at night. That was it.
Okay.
Oh, banker's hours.
It's
She
Wall
made
Street.
bank, let me tell you. Holy
Money
shit.
never sleeps. So, yeah, no, nobody. I like everybody's yelling at him. They're like, "Fucking knock it off, you piece of shit! What the fuck do you want?" This guy's dying. But it's like, look, man, everybody minds their own business, and everybody moves on and puts their best face forward.
Baby.
But
Yeah, we saw that earlier too. Actually, when the lady was first getting assaulted by the Puerto Ricans, there was a guy taking out his trash,
can we
and they
quit
linger
calling
on
the
him.
Puerto Ricans just.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, instead of doing anything, he's just like, oh shit, wait. I
Right.
just want to throw out my fucking stale chicken. Come on.
And they keep coming. They kind of would linger on him a little bit. I kept kind of expecting in like a slasher movie thing, like this is like the hitchhiker in Friday the 13th movie. They linger on him for a second. He's the quick kill to set up. Okay, there's the killer's nearby. But no, it was just kind of a little like comment, I guess. Another satirical touch, you know, like.
And then
Again, I don't take it. I think that's just New York. Like, if you see something and it's not doing something to you, you don't fucking get involved. Because
If
guess
you
what?
say
Now
something-
those two guys are going to turn around and get you.
If you see something, don't say shit. That's what that was the thing, right?
Yep.
Oh my fucking God. Here we go. Back to 9/11.
See something, say nothing.
There we go.
I mean, isn't that how Seinfeld ended? Because they didn't stop the mugging, so they ended up getting locked up in jail.
I remember there was a courtroom thing, and I was like, that seems like a
Yeah,
weird
that's
way
right.
to go.
They went to jail because they didn't stop somebody from robbing a fat guy.
Yep.
They thought it was funny.
Yep. And then it ended on the same joke that it began with, which was them arguing over where the last button was on the collar of the shirts that they were wearing. Seinfeld. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So I love this, though. So he trips face first into wet cement.
I like how wet this cement was at like 3 a.m. with no
Yeah.
crew around it.
Yeah, exactly, Matt. There's no fucking union guys who are laying cement at 2:30 in the morning.
And it's not even like taped off or anything to.
You know there's a guy that's sitting there with a sandwich, and it's his job. He gets paid $30 an hour to watch the cement dry. I mean, come on.
That is some slow setting
Can't beat the
cement.
union, man.
Yep. It's a union gig, man. It's got to be done. So, but
Union people made that cement so it would take 8 hours.
Yep.
8 hours
Yeah,
and 45 minutes to cement.
It's
so
the
you
exact-
got overtime.
The exact opposite of the quick dry.
Yep.
It's the union dry.
Yeah. So then Maniac Cop just like, oh, this is easy enough. So he just stuffs the guy's face in the concrete.
He gets a Walk of Fame.
Yeah, he really does. And we got to the next day where they're just jackhammering his head out of the fucking concrete.
That can't be good for evidence, right? They're fucking mixing his brain up doing that fucking jackhammering, right?
I mean, at this
They were like a
point,
foot
yeah.
or two away.
Yeah.
I wish we could have seen it more like the Han and Carbonite. They're like wheeling him through the police station.
They lift up the whole fucking
Yeah,
little
they knocked the
panel.
whole-
But low budget movie, so
Yeah, that's true. I guess you could have just had the actor, like, you have him go walk over and put his head into, like,
He's
some
miming.
wooden thing. He's miming it, yeah. Oh, God. So, no, they
no, we
jackhammered his
need
head
the
out.
Breaking Bad shot where like the camera's underneath the cement and we see his face going into it.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been a good shot, man. Nope, we don't get that, though. Now, the copy of this movie that I have has a lot of these extra scenes that weren't in the initial release. Where
The
we
one that I watched?
If it was on the bank, yes.
Yeah, well, there we go.
You will notice in that copy of it that we go from a very, very high quality, well shot scene to something that looks like it was filmed on a piece of shit camera. And we cut to the mayor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And did you talk about this guy in the credits? Because he's a big motherfucker, too. The mayor.
No, I did not talk about him in the credits, Tim. Matt, you gave a sound. Did you not see the scenes with the mayor?
I don't think so. No, I don't think I think right after the jackhammering scene, I think more or less it's back to Atkins at that point. So
Okay, so I did some research
Yep,
on this one.
We get
Okay?
the mayor and his sidekick.
Yep, so we have Mayor Jerry Killam, played by...
Wait, is that Giuliani, Mayor
Okay.
Killam?
I think
Are you
that's
sure
the
it's not a
joke.
satire?
Played by...
It's a sorority house thing where they did not realize it's supposed to be a satire.
Yeah, and his assistant's name was Grillum. No, so this was Ken Lerner who played the mayor. Now,
How many credits?
dude, you seriously, like 150?
See?
I think it was when I was looking him up.
He
This
was
guy,
in fucking Laverne and Shirley. I guarantee you he was in Happy Days. If they ever did a fucking Sha-Na-Na fucking biopic, he would be the Sha-Na-Na guy.
he was in RoboCop
Bowser.
2.
That's right, Bowser?
Yeah. He was in RoboCop 2,
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was the principal in the TV series.
Okay, see? I told you, he was a serious motherfucker.
Yeah, he was a big dude. And
I don't think there's anybody in this movie who we haven't seen at least
no.
30 or 40 fucking times in other shit.
Double checking. Also, he played one of the agents in The Running Man that also came out this year. And he was in The Exorcist 3 as Dr. Friedman.
Huh.
Yep.
Is that the one with Derv?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Legion. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So, Matt, the reason that you didn't see this is most American releases only had the regular cuts without the stuff with the mayor.
Okay.
It was actually, originally, these scenes were extra scenes that were cut into the Japanese for television release copy of
So
Maniac
the Japanese,
Cop.
they're really into the fucking politics. They wanna see
Maybe.
how the city works, who's the mayor, who's the fucking commissioner of sanitation, what's going on.
They like all the politics that are going on behind the scenes, but the copy of it that I found, somebody took those scenes from the Japanese television.
Oh, they made
cut.
their own cut, basically?
Yes.
Well,
and they
you know what we just found
added
out,
them.
Eddie? We found out that Matt doesn't have the blood bank. Otherwise, he would have seen those parts, right?
That's true, but you can get the blood bank, and if you want to, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/bloodybits, and for as little as $5 a month, you get access to all of our bonus episodes. $10 a month, access to the blood bank with over 1,500 rare and obscure horror and grindhousey films, as well as a bunch of crazy TV shows. We've been adding so much.
Oh my God, those fucking
It's-
that monster thing! Holy Christ!
Oh, yeah, the one that we covered on the Candace episode, that monster show. Oh, my God, it's insane. Patreon.com/bloodybits. Anyhow, the mayor caught wind of all
See,
this
I
shit.
can't do the actual promos, but I can do the setup.
I was going to say, do I have to listen to a podcast? Wait, is it a podcast that's a Patreon? Or is it...
Come on, motherfuckers! You're listening to me on a fucking podcast. What is the fucking Patreon you think I'm talking about?
I
Come
know.
look at my fucking art.
I think it's just hilarious that you always refer to it like the Bloody Bits. It's a podcast. Like, just when you are promoting the Patreon, it just cracks me up. I'm sorry.
It's my thing.
Yep. That's what people have Tim on for, okay? He's a character. So we cut to the character of the mayor and his assistant. They caught wind of these killings going on, and he says, well, it's election time, so we need to keep it quiet. That's about it.
Okay.
Doesn't
It's
add
kinda
a lot
weird.
yet, but it will add more
Okay.
later. Okay.
They're setting up that it's an election year, I guess.
So wait a second. Did he see a different ending than we did, Eddie?
Yes, he did, because he didn't see the teaser at the end.
Oh, motherfucker! with
Okay.
the clown
I'm-
pants.
I'm really intrigued now.
Okay. So now...
Because we know this movie takes place basically in March because it's St. Patrick's
St. Patty's,
Day,
yeah.
So okay.
Yep.
I'm just...
So now we're off to the bar.
And elections usually take place, I think, November?
Right. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, okay. Maybe in
No,
Japan
that
they
makes
take
sense.
place in March.
You
I
see
don't
the
know.
political ads starting early.
Well, it could be primary, right? I mean,
True. Yeah, he
So,
could be
yeah.
getting primaried. So
See,
now we're...
this is why the Japanese download it, because they love the
Yeah.
fucking political intrigue. Is it the primary? Is it the general?
They're like,
Is
"Get
he a
that
Democrat?
maniac
Is
cop
somebody
off."
running against him to the left? What's going on?
Yeah.
get that maniac cop off the screen. What's going on with the polls?
Yeah. Cut to the bar with Tom Atkins, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's Tom Atkins. He's
Now-
been in a scene. He needs to go to the bar.
Now, this is the first of two scenes where he's basically got a full beer in front of him, and
Yeah.
the waitress is going to come up in this scene delivering more beer.
Yeah, he's
Backups,
got a
man.
drink.
Come on.
So he's like ordered one immediately, like she drops the first one off. He goes, and when you get a moment, can you bring me another one?
He has
He's-
his own special glasses in every bar, and every mug has a red line on it. And once the beer goes past that red line, which is like the first sip, or when the head goes down,
Yep.
that's when they bring him another one.
Yep.
It's just it's wonderful. I
It's
like the through
Tom
line
Atkins.
of him. Yeah, but it's like at this point, he's his character from Halloween 3. He's
Of course.
investigating something
Yep.
with random women.
Only this time he actually is a cop.
Well, that's
he's
true.
not just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a doctor.
Yeah, he's
who's
not a
also
doctor.
a detective.
He's not a doctor that leaves his job and his kids.
Yeah.
Dr. Detective.
He's not a doctor that's a freelancing dick. He's just he's a detective.
Oh god, but yeah, that's
So he meets with his friend Regina Shepherd, played by Nina Averson, who, Tim, her first role was in the movie Dragnet. Speaking of Dragnet, as a lady motor cop.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so
We're
there
talking
you go.
about two different Dragnets, but I
that's
see,
a
I kinda
super
see the
weird
connection.
movie.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie, I would
Oh my
say.
god.
So, yeah, he meets up with Regina, his news anchor lady friend.
Maybe Tom
And-
Hanks' worst movie?
Ooh, is
I mean,
that?
no. I mean, well,
This is
You
going to
have-
be
I mean, the
contentious.
least Tom Hanks that he's supposed to be in a comedy, right?
maybe
Because he's
I don't
playing
know.
the straight man. He's playing Harry Morgan.
Right, but I don't know. What's that? Was it Mazes and Monsters?
Oh, yeah.
His-
Mazes and
He was
Monsters
just starting
was a
out,
bad
though, so
movie.
you can't blame
Right.
him for that.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know. Yeah, probably then. I guess if you think of the other things he was doing, Burbs, Joe versus Volcano, stuff like that at comparable time, then yeah, that's the weakest of them.
I mean, I will say history is going to be unkind to Forrest Gump, as am I.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's a rough one.
Don't get me started on that fucking movie.
yeah. He was good in Bosom Buddies, though. That was a good role for him.
Him and Peter Scolari, right?
Yep.
You know what?
Yep.
Bachelor Party's worse than
Oh,
than
yeah.
Dragnet.
Wow,
Yeah.
wait, hold on a fucking second.
I'll give you
He's
that.
in Bosom Buddies that had Donna Dixon, who was married to Dan Aykroyd. And then they ended up doing Dragnet together.
And they did Dragnet together. That's right. I wonder
Yeah.
if... Wow.
That's how they fucking met.
That must have been how they met. And that's how we met Wilson, too, the volleyball. So,
It was their child.
it was their love child. So, yeah, we're meeting with his news anchor lady friend, and Tom Atkins is worried because he's like, look, there's a maniac cop. The news needs to warn the people about the maniac cop because people do whatever a cop says, right? So this guy who's the maniac cop could just be telling people, like, walk over there.
He doesn't
sit
say
down
Maniac
here.
Cop. The
No,
reporter
yeah.
is the one
Yeah,
that comes up with
yeah,
the headline of
she does.
Maniac Cop.
So, really
Name him
quick, this is usually I don't pay attention to this stuff too much in movies, but sometimes it stands out, which is trying to pinpoint like how much time has passed in this movie.
Yeah.
So, we've seen those cutaways to the killings. It seems like they are like killing at night. Then we get the kind of police procedure day. So like, arguably, this is like the third or fourth night since the opening scene, probably.
At least, yes. At least one or two or 3 days have passed since the beginning when they got pulled over.
And he's talking to this news reporter lady and saying, like, you got to break this story, like, go on record because it's being covered up. And she says, like, okay, I'll get it on tonight's broadcast. And
Yeah,
we're in this
that's-
bar. So I was just, and she had two beers there too. So great that the newscaster lady's gonna go on the show tanked with like
this
accusing
is-
cops
Matt,
of being
hold
a
on,
maniac.
Matt, this is
just do
Tom
a Google
Atkins.
search for a reporter in New York called Sue Simmons.
Sue
And there
Simmons.
are multiple videos of her sloshed,
Yeah.
3 sheets to the yobo wind, doing the fucking news.
But is
Yeah.
she accusing the police of like murdering people?
No,
this is
but
not
it isn't something that would be completely unbelievable back then that somebody who's had a couple of drinks gets on the
Yeah.
fucking air, especially if they have a story like this, a maniac cop.
That's
Come on,
true.
Yeah.
you're tuning
Plus,
in the fucking Channel 4 News
again-
and not Channel 7.
Plus, again, this is Tom Atkins. There is daylight outside right now.
Well, that's the other thing. This is 10 a.m., right? Because
Yeah,
we don't
this
know.
is-
Oh, so it's getting a Good Morning America.
Yeah, this is a 3-drink brunch that Tom Atkins is hitting up right now. And
The brunch at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No,
time schedule
10,
you on?
10 in the morning, Tim.
Okay.
But there's in their discussion, yeah, she's the one who coins the Maniac Cop, and like, oh, okay, good, it's sensational. But you guys get Tom Atkins' like next line after she says Maniac Cop,
Go ahead, sir.
where he goes, make it bigger than AIDS.
Oh my fucking god! No, because I do not have any notes about AIDS at all in my 72 pages of notes about this movie. How the fuck did I miss that?
You cut that one.
Oh man, like I was just like,
19. What
holy
movie
cow.
What year did this come out?
88.
yep.
Oh my god, the Reagans haven't even said the word age yet. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So it's weird because it's like he's saying it like, and she's still kind of talking, or something's weird in the sound mix. So it's like it caught me off guard because it almost sounded like the movie itself tried to like autocorrect that out of existence. Like, no, we don't want this line.
Maybe he meant AIDS, the diet supplementary, spelt with the Y.
He didn't.
That's
mean
right.
that.
Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, so yes, Maniac Cop, make it bigger than AIDS. It's like the musical. I don't
That's
know.
it.
It's just
Holy Christ.
That sounds too low rent for me.
you
Don't
can't
make
get
me
any
remember that
producers
fucking play
involved.
that my fucking girlfriend took me to see. I mean, did I say take or make? I'm sorry.
Make. Make. So I love that he's like, yeah, you need to warn the public. Like you said, make it bigger than Jesus. And then she's like, all right, well, I'm going to need like backup details on all the shit. And he just like hands her an envelope.
He like smacks her with a file.
He's like,
It's boom.
take this.
It's Tom Atkins in a bar at 10 o'clock in the morning. Come on.
Yeah, he's already
I just like that he was
drunk.
hiding it until then. He was waiting for the reveal moment.
Yeah.
Like she didn't approach the table with him like with all the stuff on it. He was like he had it tucked away for just the
I'm
right
just
moment.
glad, Matt, that he did not say, I have the evidence somewhere on my body. You have to go find it.
Oh.
Can you give me a pat down?
No,
Do a
he
Buck Henry.
leaves her. He leaves her alone. And again,
I'm sorry,
I mean,
hold on. I just want to interrupt the show for a second. Matt, you're old enough to know who Buck Henry is, right?
Oh yeah, screenwriter.
Do you remember when he was on Saturday Night Live and his biggest sketch where he was a child molester with Lorraine Newman and Gilda Radner?
what?
Oh,
I
wait, hold on.
do.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
right.
wait.
Everybody forgets that about Saturday Night Live, how Buck Henry had a child molester character who was a
Holy
babysitter.
shit.
And he would have them literally on the show, search for it on, if you have Hulu, I think they have all the seasons of
Yeah.
it, where he would tell them that he has candy and it's hidden in his front pocket.
Jesus Christ.
And
God.
they were shoving their hands in his front pocket. And there was one thing, I will never forget it. He had them coming down, sliding down the banister while he was taking Polaroid pictures.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
This makes
Buck
like
Henry.
this makes the Alec Baldwin like Scoutmaster look tasteful in comparison.
Oh, yeah.
now.
Oh, no. Believe me, I guarantee it had to be either. It was the first year. If it wasn't the first season, it was the second season of Saturday Night Live with Buck Henry. Every time he was on, that was like the second.
That
or
was his
third
cone
sketch
heads.
that they fucking did.
Yeah.
Pedo
That was his
pants.
Wayne's World. Yeah, Uncle No
Is he
Pockets.
still alive?
Buck Henry, I think he actually is still alive. Surprise.
Don't let him babysit your kids.
No. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a fun pedophilia aside, Tim. Thank you very much. So
It was on NBC.
that's that was where Saturday Night Live was. Also, Gilbert Gottfried was in the season of Saturday Night Live that everybody forgets about.
And Robert Downey Jr.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of asides about Saturday Night Live, one of my favorite stories from Saturday Night Live was from Norm Macdonald. He talked about the first season that he was there, how Chris Farley was crazy, right? But like the
Really?
funniest
I'm
fucker.
surprised.
He was the fucking funniest guy, right? He says he went there, and the first day he was on stage with them, they were at. He said, "Hey, I got to tell you a secret about being here, Norm. It's real important, but we got to go away from everybody else." And Norm's like, "Okay." So he says, "All right, we're gonna go back. There's a writing room that people use. They're not going to be there right now. It's actually across the street. It's in a hotel room. It's fine." Norm's like, all right, this is Chris Farley, right?
Yeah.
So Chris Farley walks him all this way. It takes him like 15, 20 minutes to get there. And he's quiet the whole time.
Was he wearing his little tiny coat walking down the street?
No, it's just Chris Farley being crazy, right? So he just walks him over to this hotel room. They get to the room, they open it up, and it's set up. You know, they got the big table in the middle of it and everything. And there's notes and stuff where they're clearly just using this little room as a writer's room. He walks him in there. He shuts the door. He looks, makes sure nobody else is in the room real quick, and he goes over to him and he says, "Okay, Norm, Pat is a girl."
Wow.
This is the stupidest shit. Oh, fucking love that
That's a
guy.
great fucking bit. Come on, because you got Chris Farley money, you can rent the fucking hotel out of the plaza just for a day. Of
course. Of course.
And it's such like a low key Chris Farley joke. Like you don't think of that kind of joke from most of his on camera stuff. So
of course not.
That's why it's
awesome.
even better.
Right,
Funniest
exactly.
guy, man. So we cut to the next day, and the newspapers are all about the maniac cop, and the
Yeah,
mayor's
word spreads fast.
fucking pissed, right? But he doesn't want to call in Tom, because then it might look like a cover-up, right? So he says, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let Tom do his investigation. And you didn't see this one because you didn't see the mayor scene.
I was gonna say, no.
Yeah. So he says, all right,
Holy
we're not...
Christ. It's like, what, maybe like at least 7 or 8 minutes altogether, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
so I feel like I did see a couple things, but I don't know. Maybe they weren't the mayor. No. So because
You never saw one of the Malachi brothers from Happy Days. The mayor. He was one of the Malachi's brothers. I just made that connection because I kept thinking, like, where have I fucking seen? I know he was in Brady Bunch. I know he was on this show and that show. But yeah, he was one of the Malachi brothers.
Okay.
That almost fucked Fonzie up, by the way.
Yeah.
It was really a cliffhanger of an episode. It was a two-parter. That's
Yeah,
why
you didn't
Shark
know it.
Cadero showed up.
You didn't know if the Fonz was going to make it, Tim. You were worried.
Let me tell you, I loved Happy Days because that's where I learned that's where you grew up and you have like friends with weird fuking names.
Yeah. So
it was
wow,
really relatable to you.
There's like representation for you, Tim. Hey, there's that guy. He's got a friend named Tony the Squeeze. I got a friend named Tony the Squeeze.
See?
Yep.
And a guy named Spiro Razzo.
Yeah. He does stunts. It was just the dude that got hit by the truck at the end, I'm sure.
Yep.
That's
So yeah, it's the mayor doesn't want to call in Tom Atkins and investigate him because then it looks like they're covering it up. So he says, all right, we'll let Tom do his investigation. If he fails, we fire him. And if he succeeds, we'll commend him. And then 6 months later, we'll cut his balls off.
Okay, so they're actually laying like more groundwork for like
little
kind of the
groundwork.
corrupt. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah, because it turns out this is kind of like an important part of the story, right?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
turns out there's mafia involvement like that we didn't
good.
know about. Yeah, of course. So this is the next scene with the lady.
Because see, this is why
I
I,
love
said
this
word
scene.
spreads fast. Because because in the version that I watched, then like I go from the bar scene where he's giving her the story to like the lady like flipping out about her car on fire
Yeah.
or whatever.
Shit, what a fucking jump.
And that's also why I'm confused. Like I'm like about trying to figure out how much time has passed because it's
Right.
like okay, now we're daytime.
It's at
so-
least a day because the mayor and his sidekick have gotten the newspaper reports, right?
Yes.
So
we've gone from network to stop or my mom will shoot.
right
Because-
she's man, she's having like a live action Disney Herbie kind of
God,
adventure with
she's-
this car.
Yeah, her
She's
car
like-
breaks down. It's smoking. The hood is popped
The lid.
open.
And she's in like the factory district or like
Yeah, she's
or,
in
like,
the
maybe
industrial
worse.
worst part of
area
town for your car to break down.
because no one's coming out there. And she's listening to it on the news, on the radio. That's like, yeah, there's a fucking crazy cop fucking killing everybody, so don't trust the police. And then all of a sudden, a cop pulls up behind her and lights her up, comes over to the window, And I love that Grandma's just got a fucking snub-nosed 38 in her glove compartment.
I mean, it didn't matter about that news report. She wasn't far from killing someone to begin with, right?
Dude, she had the DT twitches going on. This broad was
Is she
fucked
the original
up.
Karen?
Like,
Is this Karen's grandma?
Maybe, yeah. Oh my god, because she just fucking domes this cop right between the eyes, no warning. She's like, "Fucking get me, you crazy son of a bitch!" And then blam, right through a
and
window.
you see the back of his fucking head blowing out too.
Oh.
They really This is where whatever budget they had, they fucking spent a good chunk of it on that set.
Yeah. It was a hell of a day she was having.
Yeah, it's about to get even worse too, man.
But the police took her in without shooting and killing her.
They probably fixed her car for her.
Yeah,
They took her to Burger King. She got some hot
Took her
coffee.
to
She spilled it on
Burger
her lap. She sold them for $1 million.
Oh God. So now we cut to Captain Ripley. Believe it or not, and he goes in to talk to Lieutenant Shaft. And
Commissioner Shaft.
Yeah, I love this one because he says, "Look, we got 700 letters from people saying, yeah, this fucking cop, he's the man, and this is the most real to life thing. Yeah, this cop, he gave me a fucking ticket. He's the maniac cop. You should kill him."
Okay, so again, in timeline, back in 88,
those are some.
This has to be at least 3 days.
Yeah, 3 to 5 days.
At least
business days.
3 days. This is before fucking DeJoy fucked up the mail system, right? So 3 days before I could write a letter, send it, and the police commissioner is going to be able to get it and then read it.
But it's just every asshole who got a parking ticket is just like, fuck you. Hey, it's fucking that cop.
And this is the stuff that I kind of wish that they had leaned into a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
And again, I understand small budget and everything, but like, that's the kind of... I feel like this movie needed more of that paranoia aspect, or, you know...
Well, yeah, because you have the whole thing. You're right, Matt. You have the thing. I think they did it in Invasion USA, where part of the thing was you were supposed to think that any cop that you saw was going to be able to just fucking kill you. So even the people who believe in the police and support them 100% no matter what, you saw a cop and you were like, what the fuck? So yeah, they should have played up that whole thing with more people seeing the fucking cops and like, what the fuck is going on? Like, everybody running away from the cop. Now, that would have been a great scene. Somebody's getting mugged, the cop car pulls up, the cop gets out, and the muggers and the muggy run away.
Right.
Yeah. That kind of stuff. And then this also smacks of people taking advantage of the fact that the cops themselves don't trust other cops, right?
Right.
So they're just like, yeah, this fucking cop, I you know what? He gave me a parking ticket and then he shot a dog. So he's probably the maniac. So you want to waive my parking ticket because it wasn't real, maybe? I don't know.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. And then this is where we start to get to, like, the captain saying, like, all right, this cop is a step ahead of us, this killer, right?
Right.
So I've been setting up stakeouts in Tribeca and Soho, and when I do that, he strikes on the east side. So somehow, clearly, this person, not a cop, whatever, is getting inside information.
Right. See, and this is, and you know, all of his victims have been random. So like, and it's a pretty big place. So
New York,
yeah.
Couple people there.
None of this, like, it doesn't read to the scale that they are like talking about. Like, the inside info, like, doesn't seem like it matches with like the randomness of his killings, because like I could imagine he could pick out almost anyone and avoid whatever kind of stakeouts they're putting. I mean,
right.
Well, yeah, because at this point, how many people has he actually killed?
3, right? Is it? It's just the.
It's the woman.
And this is taking place, we're just saying, because of the mail service, at least within like a 4 or 5 day period at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So are the cops, after like 2 people getting killed and only one of them actually saying it's a cop, are they setting up
that
like
we know for
stakeouts
sure
in certain areas, and that's how he's like, oh, they're in Tribeca, I'm going to go to the west side.
Right.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem. Yeah, I don't feel like they've set it up well to like that. There's any kind of method here. Like,
not yet.
No one is like. There's not like a a hit list type thing where it's like, okay, these people are strategic. It's like a strategic thing, or
Right.
it's all to stoke fear.
And that actually pays off a little bit later because now we get introduced to our hero, which is a young Bruce Campbell. And he's arguing.
Oh, I know that voice because we don't see him yet.
Yeah.
We see somebody
Right.
scrapbooking.
They
Okay.
kind
Yeah.
of, and he's getting ready. He's getting his uniform on, and it's purposely mirroring the opening credits.
Right, right.
And
He's getting ready, and his wife's arguing with him about, hey, you should stay home tonight. And he's like, I got to go to work. And she's like, look, I've been having these weird, like, nightmares about how you're going to fucking kill me in your sleep.
yeah,
Wow,
And I'm
that's
like, wait,
that's
what?
really that's when you got to go to counseling, right? When your wife tells you,
Well,
that
they've been
I have
going
to
nightmares about
counseling.
you killing me.
But she's not participating in the counseling, I guess.
right. And he even says, "Have I ever hurt you?" With the craziest fucking look on his face.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
And
like,
she's like,
yeah,
"No,
I think you
but-"
just did. Like,
Yeah, I mean, are you threatening me right now, or what?
Yeah.
What,
Well,
what
he's
are we getting
gaslighting her.
at?
That's what it is, right?
That's true.
it's weird because we are dropped into this, and there is no like, okay, there's one thing to hint at like marital problems, but like she is like, I mean,
Oh yeah, she seems unhinged.
yeah, there's
Like,
and if it's not from his, if he's not responsible in a way, then like, yeah, it's just it's a very kind of almost extreme case, like, because I know they want to have her be suspicious of him,
right.
That's the plot purpose, but man, did they go pretty far. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly, because then he leaves. She gets a phone call, and this woman's like, "Hey, he went out again, didn't he? Why does he
Yeah.
keep killing people? Is he going to kill another person
And stop
tonight?"
him, tell him to stop killing people. Is what
Tell
he
him
and
to
it's
knock it
and
off.
it's pretty weird. Like that was good timing on that phone call.
Yeah.
Like, he had literally just left.
Yep. And it's a woman's voice on the
Yeah.
phone. So at this point, if you're watching the movie
wow,
for the
great
first time,
timing. You're right, Matt, because there's no cell phone. It's not like she's
Right,
sitting downstairs in a fucking car and sees him leaving, and then she calls on a fucking iPhone.
Right.
yeah,
no,
she could
this-
be across the street seeing him exiting the building from a payphone, maybe? I don't know.
maybe, yeah.
I mean, that'd be best
Yeah,
case
but
scenario.
then how does she get to the hotel before? Oh,
Right.
wait.
No. Actually, no. She couldn't actually because
Right.
the wife will follow
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell, and he's not even really out the front door before she's
No.
there too.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
right.
like,
So, yeah, because the wife gets a gun, throws on a fucking robe, and tails him. And they end up at a
I reckon
seedy...
she has the tiniest gun.
yes,
It's cute. She ends up at this gross fucking hotel, walks into the office and just like sees, because she sees Bruce go into a room, and
yeah. Okay, so I was confused for a second. She sees the sign that says office.
Yeah.
She just goes and like swipes the key. Is that what seems to happen?
no, because there's
Does
a guy sitting behind the desk, so she must be asking for the key, right? Because she points up
she's
at the
giving some
room,
kind of cock and bull story.
Okay, all right.
and this guy fucks it up by giving her the key, because then she
Really? Hold on. Let's stop the show. You're that guy working in that hotel, and you're that easily suckered into giving a key to a woman who is obviously in a fucking bathrobe and slippers.
with a
okay?
gun.
And
The
yeah,
twitchiness,
one part of a
yeah.
bathrobe looks like it's extra fucking heavy on one side of it for some reason.
Yeah, she's
And
muttering.
now she's asking, that guy who just went into the room where the woman that was there 45 minutes before rented for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Can I have the key? How does that work?
Yeah, she
He's
sees it from
fired.
this. She sees it from like the street, and it's
Yeah.
like one of those like 2-level like what is it? Entrances, or like each room you get to from the outside, but it's
Yeah.
the second. So she's seeing from the street, and she like counting the doors, I guess, like to figure out
Yeah.
which room number. she
Yeah,
needs.
when you know it's good when the room numbers start in the hundreds, that's how you know you're in a classy place. So,
Really? Yeah. Well, wow. Yeah, that's right. I never had like room number 18.
yeah. So she goes up to the room, opens the door, and Bruce Campbell's just getting his fuck on.
Yeah, he's murdering something. All right.
Oh, he's, yes.
Damn, man. Can you imagine the head that guy can give you with that kind of chin?
Yeah.
Ladies, watch out.
They're getting anal by the third date, even if they don't want to, Tim.
He's giving them the moon, huh?
Yeah, giving them the old Mac tonight. So
That's why we're co-hosts, Eddie.
that's yes, sir. So she pulls the gun on him and is like, "You fuckers, what the fuck are you?" And he's like, "Look, I didn't want you to find out this way."
Right.
I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
I wanted you to come home and see that I bought a whole bunch of new underwear and new socks, and then I want
Yeah.
you to put 2 and 2 together.
Right. I didn't want you to find out when I was pulling out. I wanted you to find out later, like not now when it's inconvenient.
Oh, that's what he meant. I didn't want you to find out right now. You could have found this out in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, could you have come like 5 minutes later? Just come back.
Yeah. You know
We'll have
what?
a
Go
nice
do
chat
a
then.
circle around the hotel real quick and then come back and then we'll discuss.
Can you go get me
this.
some ice from the ice machine? It's just down there.
I think we all need to cool down a little bit before we discuss it. Mid-stroke, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she dips. She's like, never mind. Fuck it. I'm out of
She's
here.
the one who's dipping, not him.
Yeah, well, he's double dipping. She's just single dipping out of the room. And she leaves just in time to get nabbed by the maniac cop and pulled into a van.
So now he has a van.
Right, yeah, this is the first time we've seen that.
And it's not even down by the river. It's just over by the hotel.
Actually, later it is down by
no,
It
hold
will be
on.
later.
It might be. It might not be the river that normally Chris Farley's talking about, but it's near the Hudson River.
That's true, yeah. So the next day, housekeeper heads up to the hotel room and
love this
opens the
part.
door. Oh, it's so good. Because she just walks in. She's like, they had a party in here. Knocked over the lamp. Picks
The
it
lamp,
up.
okay, so the light bulb's not broken. Literally, it was just a lamp knocked over, not broken at all. And she's like, must have partied it up good in here. It's like,
Well, yeah, it was a party because, there's an inflatable girl. There's a bunch of empty red
oh, okay, see, I
Solo
didn't see any of
cups.
that.
Oh,
I
that
thought-
must have been
Fellas,
in the
come on.
Japanese
She is
type.
the maid at this kind of hotel or
Right,
motel,
which-
whatever the fuck it's called.
makes me think the knocked over lamp shouldn't be the thing that like is like surprise
Yeah.
or that should be nothing to her. But I love
I
that.
guarantee you, she's come in at one point and there's been shit on the ceiling. So a
Yeah.
fucking knocked over lamp isn't gonna like fucking shock her.
Right.
You know what will shock her, though?
No, well,
is-
yeah, the next part.
Is Ellen, the wife, dead in the bed with her fucking throat slit. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
she doesn't have to clean the room because cops are coming, right? It's gonna at least be 12 hours. Her shift is done by then.
True, but she'll probably have to come back and clean the room the next day because the cops don't fucking clean. Like,
No, that's right. There's a whole fucking industry built around that, right?
that was one of the more interesting. I saw a documentary on that years ago. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's like a
Was it-
fucking
was
whole
it-
family that does
Yep,
it.
yeah, Death Inc. That's what it was called. Death
Yes.
Incorporated. Very good documentary. So now we cut over to Bruce, and he's hanging out with his guys. Just, they're talking about what their assignments are for the day, and the captain shows up. Says, hey, Bruce, you want to, come out here real quick and have a little discussion with me? And he says,
There's
look.
no easygoing discussion with Ripley. Like he could be telling
No.
you anything, and it's going to be the most intense thing you've ever heard.
And the way that he delivers this is so fucking shitty, too.
oh yeah, yeah.
Because he's like, look, it's about your wife. And then Bruce is like, oh, yeah, because I was fucking around on her. That's why. It's like, look, man, she, ran out. She was pissed off at me. I get it. It's probably cool. I don't know why she went to you. That's crazy. I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, your wife's dead.
Yeah.
She got slit ear to fucking... You want to see some pretty pictures of it?
Yeah.
By the
I
way?
want to see the pretty pictures.
And I'm like, what the... This isn't the way you tell someone that their wife died. But he's
No.
like, yeah, you know what, though?
It's Falcon Eddie. This is how
it's-
he tells you.
I was going to say
Yeah.
it's the Ripley way.
It's the Ripley way, for sure. Because it's like, yeah, look, she had a gun. Okay, she ran away. He's like, all right, look, I'm going to give you this one because you're a cop. Why don't you shut up before I read you your rights? How about
See,
that?
Here we go. We were talking about
Yeah.
this before the show.
Yep.
How
Yep.
in all the movies and TV shows that Whenever a cop has somebody that they did something bad and that person uses their constitutional rights to get a lawyer, oh, that motherfucker. Of course he did it. He's getting a lawyer. He's lawyering up. But when a cop talks to another cop who did something, the first thing they tell him is, get a lawyer.
Yeah. Cover your shit up, get a lawyer. Anyhow. Yeah, exactly. So you probably missed this one because we cut to the mayor for 1 second talking about how they arrested Forrest, which is Bruce Campbell's character. And then, over to old Tom Atkins and the captain grilling Forrest.
Yeah.
They're like, look, why? Okay, your wife thought you were the killer. She wrote it in her diary. Look.
She had a scrapbook.
You've got a scrapbook.
Again, a great fucking callback. This movie is so much better than it really could have been. Right? It should have been, right?
It really is. Like the way it
really,
sets shit
also,
up.
the thing is that scrapbook is going to only have like 3 pages in it. I mean, Maniac Cop hasn't done a ton of stuff yet, so.
Oh,
That's
see,
true.
God damn it, man. See, all right, this is why you need me on. This is New York. There was the Daily News and the New York Post.
Daily Bugle.
And maybe this time there was one other newspaper.
Daily
and
Planet.
they were in a constant war. So they, with shit like that,
No,
with,
I
like,
get it.
with the Son of Sam, they fucking put out fucking 3 different editions a day.
Yeah, that's true.
J. Jonah Jameson is wondering about that Menace the Maniac Cop.
That's right.
In this
David Berkowitz, they tried to take pictures of the Son of Sam. It just never worked out.
Well, it's because he was actually just he was working for them too, so he was just taking the pictures of himself, just like Peter Parker. You know,
Wow.
he's always getting those great shots of Spider-Man,
Why he never figured out that Peter Parker was always in the same spot as Spider-Man, but
and had such great dynamic angles of like rooftop fights.
yeah, like wow, hold on, that's Matt, you're right, because Spider-Man would always fucking put the camera up in like a fucking
he would
corner
web
of
it
a fucking
like
skyscraper, right?
Yeah, they're fighting in air.
How the
midair.
fuck did you get this angle? Holy shit, you just blew all my fucking Spider-Man memories to hell right now.
Son of Sam would do that, but he would use the victim's entrails to suspend the camera up.
Problem is he would never. It was always blurry though because they was just kind of swaying side to side. So
yeah, it was always Dutch angles too. And
Hey, you could have put a GoPro on the dog.
Dog's just narrating the whole time.
Yeah, you don't want to mic the dog. That's the problem because then
that dog
everybody will
wouldn't
get
shut
it.
up.
Yep. Yeah. So then, I love this though because then the lawyer shows up.
Well, in their thing, when it's Atkins and Ripley interrogating him, we can see how delicately they handle issues of mental health.
Yeah.
And how quick they are to equate, you've seen a therapist, you could be a murderer. I mean,
You're
it's
crazy.
just there is literally no hesitation between that. And even Bruce Campbell even says it was a marriage counselor, but they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
like,
Same shit.
you're cuckoo pants, so forget about it. You're fucking out of your mind. So, then the lawyer shows up and kicks him out. The lawyer's like, look, man, you're crazy, so this all makes sense, right? You are seeing a marriage counselor, so you're crazy.
Yeah.
You got an alibi, right? And Bruce is like, look, man, no, I didn't fucking kill her, okay?
But look, your wife is dead. And you're going to a marriage shrink, okay? You can say
Yeah.
whatever you want. No, she can't say anything, and the shrink can't talk about it.
Yeah, but he has an alibi, but he doesn't want to bring her into it. So he says, why don't we wait a week?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, either the killings are going to keep happening for this week, and then I'm off scot-free, right? Because then it's not me. Or we'll catch the guy. And if we don't catch the guy, then fuck it, I'll name her.
I wonder if can you just dictate your terms like that in jail?
Well, he's talking
I
to
guess-
his lawyer, right?
Yeah.
I know, but like, I love the idea of the person in custody. I mean, I get it that they've, things don't happen all that fast, but it's just like,
Right.
look, guys, just check back with me in about 5 days.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here until then.
I'll be cool.
Yeah, because you know what? Prison is a great place to hang out.
Right,
And
yeah.
especially great if you're a cop.
Yeah.
Because I was going
Yeah.
to say, like, they're not going to just keep, I mean,
With that fucking prostate massaging chin he has, oh my god, he would not last long in prison.
He would be the belle of the ball, Tim.
well, we saw Zadar, didn't
The belle of the balls. So then, we cut back to the bar again because Atkins was in a scene. So now his next scene, he needs to be in a bar. And we've got the captain and Atkins just having a couple of drinks. And I love that there's this dude on the news. That's
is this the montage?
It's pretty good. They're doing the news montage of all the people they're interviewing, and the lady is like, I don't know about the cops. And they cut to a dude who's like, yeah, the cops keep shooting my friends in the back for no fucking reason. And I'm like,
that was...
What year?
88.
And, there was one of the few, like, black characters in the movies, this guy, and he's got a very on point...
He's telling the truth. Nobody listened to him.
Yep. Not all until 21? We're getting there. We're catching up to 88.
Yeah, that's right. Probably about, like, you know what's crazy is I bet you in, like, 2061, there's going to be some podcast that talks about podcasts from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And they'll be talking about, wow, they still had that shit back then, too. Yeah, well, we're almost there with it.
Yeah, God. Very true. And then we cut to the Rooney, the Andy Rooney character, who's... He's like, look, man, cops need you to be scared of them. Back in my day, you respected cops. Because they hit you.
Because they hit you.
That's right, yeah.
Well,
With the Billy. Now they're just shooting motherfuckers. They're going too far.
No, he says nowadays, I guess they have to shoot you to get respect. He doesn't say they're going too far. He's like, look, times are crazy. Used to be just Billy work. Now you just got to shoot people.
See, that's the guy I'd be like, okay, is that guy on a cop uniform? Suspect number one.
Exactly. That doth protest too much, sir. Yes.
I think he's talking from personal experience. He's a white guy, so, he'd get rousted by the cops or getting drunk in the park, maybe a crack in the back of the head with the billy club, and on your way.
Yeah, go sleep it off somewhere else.
Yeah. So we come back to the captain, and he's like, look, it totally makes sense that it's Bruce Campbell.
Can I say one?
Yeah, go for it.
In that montage, one of those guys was George Buck Flowers, the famous guy that is like hobo or homeless and whatever in all of his IMDb credits.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah, that guy, because it popped up, and I don't remember which one he was, but the guy from Back to the Future.
I think like 5 different grind bin movies he's been in.
Yeah, exactly, and it's always the same kind of just.
And the janitor from.
Oh, Sorority
Babes
and the Slimeball Bolorama.
Yep.
The best character.
Right, that's right.
Look, I'm not that drunk. I actually got it out.
That's not an easy title, so.
No, it's not, man. I still struggle.
Those are the ones I nail. When I try to say something like Parliament, it comes out Parliament.
Yeah. Or when you say inebriated.
What I like about that is that...
You know what? You can call me Yobo Berra. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Inebriated sounds like great, like when you are explaining something in way too much detail while drunk.
Yes.
Oh, wait, that could be me, yeah.
Inebriated. It's a Yoboism. That's perfect.
There you go. But so I was surprised, like George Buck Flowers. I'm like, did they just shoot on location at his house? Like, I don't know.
There.
What do you mean in an alley? They just shot on the street and he showed up.
It was an alley.
They knocked over a cardboard box and he fell out.
I bet you he was probably like in a lot of background things like news stories, right?
Oh, I'm sure. But so the captain says, like, it's probably Bruce. It makes sense, right? So he kills a bunch of random people, and then he kills his wife. So then it's like a cover thing, right? So it's like, it's, clearly the sense that these killings are connected. I have no reason to kill all these other people.
Which has been in other movies and TV shows before.
Right,
yeah.
That's not something that's that uncommon.
It's the distraction kind of thing.
And I love that Tom Atkins is like, no, this guy's not that smart.
He's a dumb cop.
Bruce is a dumb cop. He's not that fucking smart. This is like a cop or a detective, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then all of a sudden, he gets a little upset. It's like, it's not a detective. Well, shut up. So Atkins runs over to talk to Bruce real quick and says, look, man, this is what the killer wants, okay? He hands us a primo suspect, you. He's going to lay low for a while, and this is going to put your girlfriend in danger because clearly the killer knows who your girlfriend is, right? Because he killed your wife. So, and put her in the room where you and your girlfriend were fucking. So she's in danger. So she's your alibi. What do you got for me? And he's like, well, turns out she's a cop. Uh-oh. She's Teresa Malloy. And we're going to cut to what she's up to tonight because she's on duty. And this exchange with her, working Vice, doing some prostitution sting, the guy in her interaction, I fucking love it, right? Because we cut to her with the nice feathered out hair. She looks like she belongs in like some sort of a Poison video as maybe a background dancer, you know? And this guy pulls up and propositions her. He's like, hey, you want to go, I'll go back to my place, sweetheart? She's like, I don't know. I'm kind of comfortable here. And he says, that's weird. Sounds like you're a cop. Are you a cop? She's like, all right, well, you asked the $1 million question. I guess I have to tell you because that's the way the law works.
Right.
Yep, I'm a cop. Not true. That's not how the law works. So then she's like, yeah, I'm a cop. And you know what? Why don't you run on home to your wife and kids? And I love it because he's like,
oh, he's got the shittiest look on his face.
He gives her a nice little, like a little wink and a little like, a little up with the eyebrows. And he says, yeah, I'm going to do that. But tonight I'm going to be thinking about you.
Hey, there ain't no law against that, honey.
He's going to bang his wife and think about the undercover cop. Fucking great.
Which, again, that's a TV and movie thing. You don't get away with just saying,
No.
you're a cop. Okay? Because guess what? There would be no undercover DEA agents at all.
Right, yeah. I mean, there's a certain level of lying, I guess, that they're allowed to do, I think.
So, Tim, I learned the answer to this on Mansers, actually, which, by the way, bonus episode
that's
coming
right,
up
yes.
on Mansers that we covered with Brody. That's going to be fun.
When is that exploding?
Oh, God. It'll come, believe me. But
I've never... this is the first time I've ever hearing of Mansers, but I already know what it is, and
you just heard the title. You know exactly
I
what
know.
show it is.
Okay, Matt. Spike TV.
Except it wasn't Adam Carolla. Okay.
No.
Okay.
2007 was it? Spike TV. Yeah, there you go. So on Mansers, what they
This is
said.
in between cop marathons.
And like,
Yeah. By the way, Cops, what a fun show back in the day. No, what Manser said is if there's a prostitute that you're thinking about propositioning, you say, I don't know about all that stuff, but you know what I would like to do? I'd like to hire you to come up to my room and take some naked pictures.
Oh my fucking God. Holy shit, Eddie. Okay, holy fucking shit. I have heard that before.
Really?
And that's where it fucking came from? Holy shit. Okay, yeah, because the reasoning behind that is it's not illegal because you're basically trying to hire her as a nude model.
Yes.
Right.
And the cops won't have the time to waste, and they can't show you their shit.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say.
Which is another thing I think is
the...
a complete 100% bullshit thing. Because you're not going to tell me there's never been a cop who went to a fucking happy ending massage parlor and got the happy ending and then arrested the chick?
Well, that was a law.
That was only after
just,
they got caught.
That was a law that actually just recently passed in Florida, was that undercover cops weren't allowed to bang the prostitutes.
It was just recently passed.
Yeah, like
Holy
within the last, I
fucking
think, 5 to 7 years. Like,
Yeah.
Yo, that's really
crazy.
fucked up.
I mean-
Because you know what they were doing? They were going down there, they were fucking having sex, and then right before they were supposed to pay.
yeah.
Oh, no, wait, you have to pay up front, I imagine,
wait.
right? You don't pay at the end of that, right? That's not an honor system thing. You have to pay up front.
You should. So then it's when she's leaving, you're like, oh, and one more thing. It's the Columbo move.
just one more thing.
just one more thing, sweetheart. Turn around. So, oh my God, it's like the legal version of the GTA move of banging the prostitute and then killing her and getting the money back. Only you just
Yes.
lock her up and ruin her life. Yeah. So
Funny how they didn't give you the option just like to hit them once to get the money, right? Or just like threaten them.
yeah, people don't drop money in GTA until they're dead in general. So the prostitute...
There was a point where you went into stores and you were able to rob it, right?
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
it was
You
maybe
could just hold the
GTA
gun
4,
on
maybe
them.
5.
Yeah, yeah. So the prostitute cop goes around the corner and bumps into Maniac Cop. She walks up. She's like, oh, okay, hold on. Same team, just a second. Here's my badge. I'm working Vice. I'm undercover. Don't do the arrest me thing. I know it's crazy because all the cop stuff. And he just throws her on the fucking ground. I'm like, oh, shit.
And no one seems all that, like, or at least you'd think she would, that he hasn't said a word. Like, if it was really, like, an innocent, like, if it was really a coworker, like, even if one you didn't necessarily know, and while you were like, oh, don't worry, I'm a cop, like, I think there should be some alarm bells going off, like, this dude's not said a damn word, like...
Yeah, because when she said that, the next thing with the cop would be like, yeah, sure you are, honey.
That's right, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see some ID, something, right?
I just feel like it's just one of those weird moments where it's like, there's, again, I get it, like, if you see Jason or Michael Myers, they don't look like someone that's going to answer a lot of questions or be chatty, but, like... If you really think like, it's just one of my like coworkers, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, again, you have to think about it in this movie's world.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know what fucking Maniac Cop is. As far as they know, there's just somebody going.
But it's
around
been in the
killing
papers,
people.
though, right? So.
Yeah, but you think she has time for papers? Look at her fucking hairdo. That shit takes fucking time.
That's true. Yeah.
How long are you going to be teasing that for? That takes forever, man. That's some effort.
Teased or kinked? I think that's kinked.
Something.
If there's a difference. Right now, Brody's head is exploding when she hears us talking about whether it's teased or kinked hair.
So, yeah, she gets tossed to the fucking ground. He goes in for the stab. She whips out her gun, fucking shoots him. And then Atkins, who's been, trying to track her down, round the corner.
Who knew exactly where? He seemed very comfortable pulling up near there.
Yeah. Oh, we're all.
One of them should have just been like, "Oh, hey, Tom."
Yeah, hey, Tom.
Like,
what's up?
Whoa! I'm just here by.
I'm actually on duty tonight, ladies.
That's right. So that means he's not paying for it.
Yeah, I smell of vodka, not scotch, because I think nobody can smell vodka.
Right.
So yeah, he runs around the corner real quick. He fucking starts going for it, but he gets his hand cut to shit. Right?
Yeah.
Finally, gets sliced across the hand. It's not great.
This scene, like, this is one of those moments where I was having thought. I was trying to think of, like, was the director, was he trying to make like a slasher movie, or was he trying to make a crime movie? And he kind of goes back and forth. And the way this scene was staged, like, I could not tell. Like, it looked like Maniac Cop was like really close to her.
It's really schizophrenic with the different jumps between the shots, because you've got both of them shooting at this guy.
Right. And she was like at his mercy, like he was and then Atkins is like a few feet away, like behind a garbage can. Yeah. Just shooting. And yeah, it was just really difficult for me to tell, like, because then we don't really ever see Maniac Cop. I mean, we'll see him move, but like for him to cross the distance to like get Atkins, that's, I mean, it was...
Yeah, this is a big lumbering guy. This isn't like a fast guy,
Right. So I really had a hard time kind of figuring out, like...
Well, no, hold on. Is he? Because he snuck up on that first couple at a fucking stoplight without them fucking even seeing or hearing anything,
no, he's definitely doing like the kind of... It is presented in some ways like the Michael Myers, Jason kind of thing, where he comes out of nowhere, disappears. But when in this moment where he's in the alleyway, like, we never see like a wider shot. It's always like it's really close up on where he's being shot, the woman, and then on Atkins. So it's hard to really place like how far. Yeah. Like sometimes I always think of the Naked Gun joke where like they're having the shootout. It looks like from distances, and then it cuts to the wide shot, and they're just like 2 feet away from each other.
He's hiding behind a fucking aluminum trash
can. And then just throws the empty gun and knocks the guy out. And it's like, that's what I'm like, is that what's happening here? Because then later when we find out that Atkins got like 12 stitches, or he makes that comment, I'm like, oh man, that was like a much, because it really looks like just a kind of a quick knock on the wrist and not much of that much of an injury. So I don't know. It was just interestingly staged.
Yeah, 12 stitches is a lot.
That's a lot, yeah. In your hand, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yep. So yeah, they break away from the maniac cop, which is good.
Yeah.
And he
They
tells
take
her, like,
refuge.
yeah, they take refuge. Where? Well, they go out and get some drinks.
And this is the other scene where
Yes.
they have
You wanna go
scotch
where
or
everybody
something.
knows your name.
And it's going to be last call. So
Both of them have full, like, double
Yep.
or triples. And yeah, waitress is like, hey, you know what? I know I just set this drink down and then turned around and scratched my nose. Do you need another drink, Tom Atkins? And he says, of course I do. Of course.
one more round.
One more
Doubles.
round of doubles.
Flesh is the badge. You're not closing until I say you're
Yeah,
closing.
yeah, yeah.
I was going to say, and yeah, I love it. Yeah. Last call. And the person's like 6 beers. Like, that's
No.
not how it works.
Oh, he's
70.
doing one of those fucking things. I've done that a couple of times. We got in for free. And we just had to tip the bartender. I was like, okay, give me 3 drinks. Here's a $5 tip.
My buddy and I used to go to this bar over in Chico, California, where they had pretty good deals because it was a college town. And the move was always like, the waitress would come over and be like, well, what are you going to have? And he'd be like, oh, I'm going to get a pitcher for the table. And she'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And then I'd be like, I'm also going to get a pitcher for the table. And then my next buddy would be like, yeah, and also let me get a pitcher of this for the table.
But you know what, Eddie? You weren't a complete idiot because you tipped her very, very well, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. That's it. That's oh, you know what? Fuck the man. Who cares?
Yep. Always tip the people who bring you alcohol. Always. And tip them well.
That is
Anybody
a
who
public service announcement.
Anybody
who-
who's touching anything that's going to be going on or in your body, you should be
Tim,
very, very generous.
I was
to, right?
just about to say that. Anything that's being inserted into your body, tip the delivery person. Okay? So, just so
Whoever
you know.
delivering that
Is that,
service to you, tip them well.
That's the tagline for Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, God. That was one of the subheadings of cruising. So,
Ooh, wow. And believe me, in that movie, there's a lot of subhead.
and a lot of tips.
Wow. Holy shit. Did I just make that joke?
Now, so, Dragnet always had just the facts, ma'am. Here, it's just the tip.
Just the tips, sir. He tells her, look, you're not safe. Clearly, this was a setup, right? The person knew where you were going to be working, so that's why he fucking came over. And by the way, he knows you, knows you're a cop, knows who your boyfriend is, knows where you live. So who did you tell that you two were together? Unless she's like, nobody. He's like, nobody. It's like, well, I guess
he doesn't believe
Sally. He's like, Sally?
Sally.
You told fucking... She's like, yeah, Sally. She's kind of like, the den mother to all of us. She's got a knee brace. And I'm like, oh, yeah,
now,
Sally with the knee
You
brace.
didn't mention her in the opening credits, Eddie, but what is her name?
Sally's name is, what was it, Sally Nolan, played
Sherry?
by Sherry
In real
North.
life, her first name is Sherry something, right?
Sherry North, yeah.
Okay. Do you know who she is, Matt? Have you seen her before?
Yes, she was in Cold Dog Soup.
No, I for most of this movie, I was convinced she was the same person, the same lady, just in older age makeup. Like,
Okay.
their faces
in my
were the
opinion-
same, and I'm sitting there
Yes,
going like,
yeah.
the hell, like, I thought there was something that I was missing, and then I realized it was 2 different people.
Sally One Leg, in my opinion, is
Mm-hmm.
the original MILF.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't
okay.
think there was ever a time. I think if you look up her credits right now, Eddie, while I'm just going off on a tangent,
Okay.
I don't think there was ever a time that she was ever in a TV show or a movie where she wasn't at least like maybe 35 to 40 years old. And this woman, I don't care how old she is right now, I bet you she still fucking looks hot and sexy.
Yeah. But like 9 times out of 10, her character's name is Sally.
Well, and I like how you're.
I guarantee every episode of Gunsmoke, whatever kind of western she was guaranteed to be in.
Kojak.
She was on tons of fucking TV. She was probably on Kolchak.
Kojak.
Kojak.
It's funny because I like the way that, for people that haven't seen the movie, the way that you were, the mental image that you were putting in their heads of like the original MILF, and then when we hear the offhand description that one of the other cops says about her later? Do you remember, like when the full revelation goes, he's like, yeah, Cordell used to just bring, to bring her around to show her off. Not that she was much of a looker or anything.
Poor
You're
girl.
like, what the hell?
She was also Kramer's mom on Seinfeld. So
See,
taking it back to
there
Seinfeld.
You go, see,
Wow.
DTF.
Yeah, Babs
Yeah.
Kramer. Yeah. God damn it, Tim. So, yeah, she says, yeah, she's kind of like the
Little
den
hog with
mother
that broken leg, but hey,
to
do a
all of
workaround.
us. She's got a knee brace. She's, maybe a gossip, I guess, is what we'll find out. But not really, because we learned something else. So
Right.
Atkins says, all right, here's my spare apartment key. And,
Right, and I
Atkins has got 7 spare apartment keys
Well,
on
yeah,
his
he
key ring.
lives-
You know it.
Every bartender has a copy of his apartment
Oh,
key.
God, yep.
So when last call happens,
No,
they
no,
can
Matt,
just be
you
like,
have it
here you
wrong.
go.
He
Every
has a
waitress.
copy of every bar's key.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. It's
He's
a
opening
key
and closing.
exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a key
He's just gonna
party
take
with
her
all
in
the
the
different
back room and fuck her
bartenders.
up against the Jameson crates.
Yeah. But I love, like, he goes to such lengths. Like, this guy clearly knows who you are. He knew where you were. Like, so let's put you somewhere you're going to be safe.
Yeah.
My apartment. The guy that just saw me.
Yeah.
helping you.
Who cut me. Who
Yes,
cut my
the
hand.
guy who we have already established, he believes has inside information. So
And knows that
whoever it
you
is
are-
could find out where he lives.
Right. It wouldn't be that much of a stretch. Like, it's
Unless it's
Yeah.
one of his fucking drop apartments, right? This
and ask questions later follows up with, he was nice.
Yeah.
It's just so perfect.
Oh, it's so crazy. So, yeah, Maniac Cop, fucking kills the bad guys, asks no questions, and then these fucking politicians, they lock him up.
Yeah, they railroaded him, basically, right?
Yeah.
Did they even really say, like, what was... It's not like... He wasn't cleaning up, like, corruption, was he? Like, I mean, I guess I didn't make the connection. Like, did they needed a fall guy? Or was that ever
the way that I
stated?
took it is no, he's not cleaning up corruption,
Right.
but that he was just causing enough of a problem with the press that
Okay.
if the local newspapers and TV and radio stations were going to be looking at him, they might start finding out other shit. So it's
So
like
he
one of those
was
things
like-
where, like, you don't
Okay.
want to be fucking the Teflon Don going around in $8,000 fucking suits going, yeah, maybe I'm the boss of the mafia. You want to be fucking Giacomo, who nobody knows what your fucking face looks like.
Right.
Okay.
And by the way, he had a lady friend who was also a cop. And
Not much of a looker.
Not much of a looker. He brought her around, though. Oh, and by the way...
But let me tell you, with that broken leg, she'll do extra shit.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, how did she get that broken leg, Tim? Well, when he got locked up, she tried to kill herself.
Oh, no, here's a great line because I think he says either before or right after, that poor Catholic girl, she
Yes.
tried to commit suicide.
Yeah. This cop is pretty judgy. Like, he's throwing in a lot of good little...
No, he's not
like,
judging
edits.
that. The fucking Catholic religion is judgy because if she
Well-
commits suicide, she's going to hell.
Well, I know, but he's saying, like, this Uggo tried to, like, jump out the window, but she was also Catholic. Like, it was just like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Well, I think what he's talking about that is like that's like extra hard, supposedly, quote unquote, for a Catholic to commit suicide than anybody else. Because, like I said, if you're Catholic, if you commit suicide, that's a mortal sin. So you're never going to get to heaven. So for somebody who's like supposed to be, quote unquote, a hardcore Catholic, to do that, it's really supposed to be bad.
Yeah, true. So
But
then
guess what? Stupid woman. She couldn't even do that right.
Right, she only broke her leg or something.
And we
But
just
we're going to
cut...
let her continue working as a cop. Somebody who has serious mental issues that needs to be
Basically-
addressed and taken care of. Let's give her a gun and the computer access and let her work whatever hours she wants.
A good percentage of our characters have failed suicide attempts and are, like...
Yeah, oh my God.
Because
Wow,
Atkins
holy
had the
shit.
one, too. It's like... It's just...
That's right. People just can't die in this movie.
Right.
Yeah, and technically, if you count what Maniac Cop did by going to jail and refusing to be put in a separate
That's
safe
what I mean.
place.
People just can't fucking get killed, can't fucking die.
So we go back to the pier where Maniac Cop is just having himself a maniac nap on some wood pallets.
But his eyes are open, or at least one eye is, which...
Come on, man. He's a fucking... 1988, wasn't Metallica kind of famous by then?
Want to sleep with one eye open?
Yeah,
that's true.
So he exits light and
Maniac
enters night because we see him fantasizing about getting locked up, going to Sing Sing.
Yeah, it's a weird choice to show your, like, stealthy, like, mysterious killer, like, laying down.
Yeah, it's a weird move this is the exposition, is like
right? He has
him
to
having
like
a
sleep
dream
in a
sequence.
box, like Snake.
Right, it's not like flat. It is really weird.
Yeah. So then we cut to him being mean mugged as he walks down the inmates row by everybody, and a couple people like flick their cigarettes at him, and they're, fuck that guy.
It's a pretty lax prison.
It's pretty chill. One guy at the end is like doing scrimshaw or something. I don't know what the fuck he's got, like paddles in his hand.
Not only did he get a fucking knife, but he got a fucking actual piece of scrimshaw into the fucking prison.
I don't know what he's got at the end of it, but then...
wait a second. That was that movie, Scrimshaw Redemption.
Yeah, Scrimshaw Redemption. So we cut to the showers, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be good. I've seen American History X.
I have a question. I've never been in jail. I don't know about the two of you, but I'm betting probably not, because we're doing podcasts, right? Mm-hmm. Do they just let you take showers whenever you feel like it?
By yourself and turn on all of the shower heads?
Yeah, make it extra steamy and turn off the lights?
Yeah. Well, he's got to set the mood for all of the guys that are sneaking up on him, because a bunch of punks just come in, and I'm like, holy shit, are we getting a Caged Heat movie?
Well,
no.
these are
Tango and
supposedly
Cash.
the people that he put in jail, right?
Yeah. Or Oz, for that matter. But no, it's just...
oh, man, can you imagine if they fucking shit in his mouth?
I didn't imagine that, but...
You've never seen Oz.
You got to watch Oz.
I mean, I'm just...
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst and the best.
It is. It really is. It's
when
right
he
up
wakes
there
up
with
that fucking
SVU.
tattoo on his ass, you're like, holy shit. He just woke up in jail.
Yeah. Oh, that was so bad. And the whole premise of Oz being that it was all just like an experiment where they were... Yeah, it was so stupid. Anyhow.
I think, didn't it get to a point where there was a ghost in fucking Oz?
I didn't watch it that far, Tim. I'm sure there was, though. There was a Tin Man, I know that. But
what's his name? Jason Priestley? Which is the one from 9021 who's dead?
Luke Perry.
Yeah.
Okay. He was in it, and he played a reverend. Okay? And I forget why he was in Oz, but he did something. He died, and then I swear to fuck God, the next season, in which I stopped watching it, as soon as I heard this was going to be a storyline, he started to haunt the prison.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yep.
Good. Perfect. So, no, instead they try to kill him in prison, and he just starts beating the piss out of all the inmates. And he's fucking holding his own until somebody shanks his ass from behind.
I don't care who you are. If you got 3 fucking guys coming at you, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get your ass taken out.
Yeah, and they take him down and just start carving his face up, which is basically what we see. Then he passes out or dies or whatever, and we watch the blood just start swirling down the
wait, hold on a
drain.
second. In this scene, they only fuck up his face, right?
Right,
They don't do anything else.
That's
I'm sorry. At one point, somebody does stab him, and like maybe the kidneys or the liver.
Right. Well,
when
they sneak up behind him, right?
Yeah, it's when they shank
But
him.
otherwise, because that was one of the things I was curious about, though, is like it almost seemed like they were trying to do the like send a message kind of thing, where it's like, look, we're gonna just mess you up. But that they were trying to kill him.
That's not how they send you a message in jail. While I've never been in jail, I've seen enough of 60 Days In to know that's not how they send a message.
I think you're getting paid by that show. Like, I swear, I think you've brought that show up so much.
It is so great. Because I cannot believe that the idiots who go on that show, that would be, I swear to God, that would be like me sitting here right now in my underwear going, you know what? I think I could go 60 days in jail without a
Oh
problem.
yeah, no, that is. Like
And then you walk in the door and you're like, I made a terrible, terrible mistake.
That is the epitome of armchair detective. It's like watching stuff and going like, I can solve problems.
I will say this though, having watched I think like maybe 3 seasons, I don't know if I watched all of them. The one person who, when they went in, literally took over the fucking jail on like day 3 that they were in, was a corrections officer.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Undercover. And literally, he had a guy who's doing his running for him, going back and forth, and they're doing the interview with him, and like, would you say he's your bitch? He's like, no, I wouldn't exactly say he's my bitch because I'm not really doing anything to him, but yeah, he's my bitch.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking corrections officer. They had to pull him out of the show because he was taking over too much of the fucking jail, and he was literally turning into a fucking criminal.
Dude was like, my time to shine.
Yeah.
I got this.
Well, the person who would do best in there is a corrections
Right,
officer.
yeah, it seemed
Makes
like that
sense.
almost gives him an unfair advantage, but
Yeah.
you know.
So now we cut back to the fighting mayor, and he asks his buddy Clancy what was told to the detective about Cordell. And he says, look, the detective that was investigating this, Tom, he was told that you sent him up the river because Cordell
Wait,
was...
this is with the mayor?
Yeah, the
what you
fighting
said?
mayor.
Okay,
Yep.
so again, this is going to be another...
Yeah,
Holy
this is
shit,
news
Jesus
to you.
Christ, man, there's a gigantic chunk of this
Yeah.
fucking movie cut out.
I mean, I was really happy when the movie was like 83 minutes.
Yeah. So,
Turns
no,
out,
apparently
yeah.
what had happened was Cordell was poking around some of the mayor's mob friends.
Oh,
And
okay.
The Clancy, the cop guy that's in there talking to mayors, he tells him, look, man, you better shut the fuck up. Clancy's like, I don't care. I'm retiring a week from Tuesday. So, fuck you. I'm out of here. Peace. So the mayor's like, all right, get him the fuck out of here. You need to go. And we cut to Bruce, and he's getting a visit from Tom and his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is where the detective leaves the two guys, two people alone to fuck, right?
Well, because so Tom tells the guard, he's like, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna interrogate Bruce. So they go in there. He's like, all right, here's the deal. We know it's Cordell. We agree with you. You didn't do it. I'm gonna go up to Sing Sing. I'm gonna talk to the medical examiner, and I'm gonna see how that guy might have gotten out alive. You go ahead and just fuck your girlfriend here for a while.
Exactly, that's what it is. He's getting conjugal visits.
Yeah. Just, don't go too hard on him. And then Tom leaves. Wow, that's something.
But then she comes with him. Oh, no, wait, that's later.
No, that's
No.
yeah.
But it's-
come
but
on.
it's- but
Bruce
it's
Campbell,
Bruce,
an idiot.
right,
There's
yeah,
no way
yeah.
she came with them.
No.
Yeah. So Tom heads out, and I love he swings by Sally's joint real quick, just to be like, I'm gonna go through her purse real quick and see if we can get some info on.
He was looking for little bottles of alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, he's getting the DTs. It's been a minute since his last bar scene. So he's going through her purse and records because he's trying to find out, the doctor at Sing Sing, who it was or what have you. And Sally shows up with her, her gimpy leg behind him and her cane and just starts beating the
She's
shit out of him.
Flipping the hell out now.
Yeah, she's losing her mind. And she's like, he
She's doing a
knows.
fucking Mortal Kombat fucking fatality on him almost.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, God. So she's beating the piss out of him with this cane, just like, he knows. He knows.
Right.
Now we're no good to him anymore, and we can't stop him. And I'm like,
And what
whoa.
does this mean? Like, I mean, what set her off? Like,
That's a good question. Probably a scene that came out only in Switzerland.
okay, cool.
Yeah, because at this point, I mean, she's kissing his fucking hand on that
Right.
dock scene, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, suddenly she feels threatened by him, but not directly.
Yes.
Because
that was the
something
case.
happened that she had nothing to do with, and now he has to kill her?
Yeah, it would just seem like a huge leap. Like, suddenly she's just, like, lost it. And
Yeah.
and she's not wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Because
don't
she
know
gets
what-
fucking Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
pulled
that's the
through
note
thing.
that I have to. But before that happens, I love that Tom grabs her cane that she's beating him with, and so now she has to like hobble
He should have
off.
swept her leg.
Oh, he should have.
Oh man, just do a fucking knee kick to the good
Sweep
leg.
the
That's
leg,
it.
Johnny. Yeah.
And then you know what? It would have been okay because then even if she didn't die, she could try to sue him. But then his lawyer could get up and say, "Look, she doesn't have a leg to stand on."
God damn it, Tim. It's true. She doesn't. So
I was wondering how long it would take me to work that joke into a podcast.
The other thing
You
is
got it.
like,
You got it.
it's like I see it coming a mile away and go like, he's not going to take it. There's no way. And then no,
Yeah.
he did.
he
Strode right
takes her
through it.
cane. So yeah, she hobbles away. He gets up and he's like, "All right, I guess I gotta fucking like help her, maybe." Because we see this cop, and I love this. There's a cop that's hung, but also has his throat slit.
Oh yeah, that's
Which-
right. Because they didn't notice him while they were
Yeah.
looking at him until they were like 2 inches away from him. Right?
Yeah, it seems excessive to me to hang a guy and slit his throat.
Yeah.
But
Hannibal
whatever.
Lecter, you hack.
Yeah. But whatever. So she starts screaming like crazy, and Tom, gets her and is like, "All right, look, we got to walk out of here. We got to get you out of here." She's like, "Look, no, I'm not afraid to die, but to have him kill me when I love him so much." And I'm like, who needs to go to the relationship counselor,
Right.
Sally, is fucking you. Holy shit.
Yeah, but wouldn't she be in line behind Barbara Hershey?
Yeah. Barbara Hershey's going to be there for a while, though, Tim. She's got a lot of problems to work out. And then, Tim, like you said, she just gets the end of Nightmare on Elm Street through a glass window and a door, and it's so good.
Yeah.
It is a great fucking scene, right?
It is, because Maniac Cop just punches through the glass window, grabs her ass, and yards her
You
ass back
see
in.
her fucking feet.
Yeah. Oh, God. And so Tom
But-
goes in there.
I
and
was
he
going to
just
say, it goes from a really cool thing, the smash and grab through the door, to a very awkwardly staged.
Yeah, it kind of
See.
looks like he's banging her head against the wall, but it also
'cause-
kind of looks like he's banging her against the wall.
Right, because he's her face to the wall. He's holding her up, and all it looks like is that he's just thrusting. And
Yeah.
it doesn't even look that hard. That's the thing, because it's not like we're seeing like blood. It really just looks like Tom is interrupting something.
Yeah, it looks like he's fucking her.
Yeah.
He fucked her to death.
Yeah, because she's toast. And now,
Oh boy.
but
Don't
Daddy's
get
not.
away from the entity.
Yeah, but Daddy's not done because he sees Tom and he starts throwing him into filing cabinets. And so many Tom Atkins being tossed into file cabinets here, just repeatedly, over and over again.
He has stumbled into things harder than this, though. Like,
True,
this is nothing.
true. He has. This guy's fallen down flights of stairs drunk. Like, he's fine.
He knows how to go limp quick if he
Oh,
needs to.
yeah. He's already halfway there.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. That's why he survives as long as he does in this.
oh, that's so okay, that's a good theory. So it's the whole, like, why the drunk never dies in the head-on
Exactly.
collision.
Yeah.
I actually,
Relaxed.
right. I honestly would not be surprised if, when the eventual plummet out the window onto the car, if the camera didn't just
Oh my
linger and then Tom
God.
just coughs and gets up.
He just rolls over.
I need a drink.
Yeah. I'm drying out. No, it's oh God. So yeah, Bruce and Lady Friend, they make their way out of the interrogation room by like pushing on the door for a minute.
Yeah, it's stuck.
It's stuck.
hit it a little bit.
Because the cop that was supposed to be watching them's dead. He
Well,
got his
doesn't she
head
have a gun with her?
maybe.
Maybe
I think when she opens up, because she's the first one who opens the door, and she tells Bruce Campbell, "You stay here."
but
Oh,
she doesn't
yeah,
think
that's
anything's
true.
wrong at that point.
Can you take a gun into an interrogation room with a fucking criminal who's supposedly kill people?
Sure, why not?
Because I know, because Bruce takes one off a body like a video
Yeah,
game
yeah.
in a little bit.
He's doing
Yeah.
a hitman.
Well, I love it because the cop that was guarding him he died by getting his face shoved between the bars.
Yeah.
Which was a good move. Then we're walking out and we just walk past like 100 dead cops.
Yeah.
Like this whole place is just fucking tore up.
He
And Bruce,
silently
Hold on, Matt.
murdered.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Another one that you'll never be able to do, but do it. Maniac
Terminator?
Cop versus Terminator.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm.
Highest
That's what I was gonna say.
cop body count.
That's what this scene felt like. This felt like that
Yeah.
moment of like what you would stumble upon walking through just after the Terminator.
yeah, because it is just a wreck. Like, and killed twice. Everybody, like the guy that was throat
Plus,
slit and
not only
hung.
that, but am I wrong? We didn't hear anything happen.
None of it.
No, it was quiet the whole time. So Bruce is like, all right, this is probably cool. Why don't you go out and warm up the car for me, sweetie?
Yeah.
I'm going to be right out.
We have no idea which direction the killer is. You go that way.
Split up. Always a great idea.
And
Well,
then,
and he grabs a gun off a body and like makes a comment like he was in the middle of reloading it. It's like, okay, so were you trying to say like this cop shot at? Because we again didn't hear any of this,
Holy shit, that's
Yeah,
right. Another
that's
great
true,
point.
yeah.
Holy Christ.
and it's like it's just or is that just like supposed to show that Bruce Campbell's observant? Like I don't know. It was just a weird
because
line.
you don't hear anything at all. At least in
Yeah.
Terminator, when
yeah.
what's the guy's name? Lance Henriksen and
Yeah.
Paul Winford are in the fucking room. You hear the guns start, and then you start seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
This one, there's nothing that you
Yeah.
hear, and then all of a sudden, everybody's fucking dead and hung up like Hannibal Lecter style.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically the like end of any Friday the 13th, where like the final girl is finding all the bodies creatively laid out, but we just kind of get it in this with all these characters we've never seen before, really.
1 second, guys. I got to pause real quick. Right back. And we're back. So, yeah, like you said, Bruce gets his gun and makes his way out to, to run off with his lady friend, finally. And now we cut to the mayor having a urinal meeting. Tim, and I know you're all about urinal meetings.
I can't believe he didn't have his underling wash his hair on the urinal.
Because they're just bitching. He's bitching to his underling that, like, look, Cordell, he's the killer, obviously, and he wants me. And this shit that happened at the cop shop with all the people being killed, that was Cordell sending me a message.
Huh.
Yeah. Weird, huh, Matt?
Yeah. I actually
Completely lost on Matt.
here's the best thing is you said these scenes were created like after the fact for the Japanese market.
So wait, this is fucking after they've wrapped, and
Yep.
they put these fucking, they did a fucking Zack Snyder. Mm-hmm. Some Japanese production company is like, look, we'll give you extra like $800 to film
Yeah.
these scenes.
You know what? I guarantee I know why. Like beyond just the like this movie really wouldn't make any sense to a culture like Japan where like, you know,
Oh fucking hell no! They don't have fucking guns.
right.
Yeah.
I mean like you know, anything, you're right. Like with the idea of like a cop just being like kind of an aggressive, like maybe he was kind of making some waves and they just kind of wanted to like get him out of the way. I mean, none of that rings in the way they present their police like fiction. I mean, you know, they're so, you know, like a lot of it's like, again, though, what's that one, the really famous one that they remade in America and it made no sense here,
Old
where
Boy?
like the cop,
Yeah.
where the cop loses his gun and a crime is committed with it and he's basically responsible for it. He didn't commit the crime, but his gun was stolen from him. And the whole plot of the film was him tracking down who got his gun. And they remade that in America, and it's like, well, I mean, we have so many guns that
Yeah.
doesn't really translate.
Just
Plus,
breaking
every
nothing
cop
one off
has
the
a
six
drop
pack.
gun anyway. So,
But it totally makes more sense now with the way that like you think about a lot of Japanese movies. They deal a lot when they do have like corrupt cop stories. It is like, oh, they're tied in with like organized crime, and then
Yeah.
there's
That makes sense.
these would string together to make this make somewhat more sense.
yeah, like I said, you just never see guns in Asian crime movies. It's always when the cops go. All right, maybe I can't say everything about Japanese or Chinese movies, but at least with all the Korean movies I've seen, when the cops go to bust up gangsters,
Yeah.
it's like 60 cops versus 60 gangsters, and they have fucking baseball bats. Nobody has a fucking gun.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Old Boy, everybody who listens to this podcast has seen Old Boy or knows about it. When Spike Lee did the remake, and I watched that with my wife, who's Korean, if I haven't mentioned that before. When they get to the hallway scene, and it's Josh Brolin, it was about 15 seconds before she said to me, why doesn't somebody just shoot him?
Yeah.
Because Old Boy, Spike Lee, was set in America.
Right.
And there is no way that you're going to have 60 fucking gang members in a building and one of them doesn't have a fucking gun.
Yeah, it
just
doesn't
doesn't
translate.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. Then, yeah, you throw in Yakuza angle, and
Right.
There you go. So we go off to Sing Sing, where we talk to the other coroner, and
This dude is weird.
is very weird. Because Tom Atkins talks to him. He's like, look, what
No,
the
it's-
or not, sorry, not Tom.
They're...
At this point, it's Bruce, yes.
Yeah.
So Bruce goes up to talk to him and says, look, man, because Tom's fucking toast, as we discussed a minute ago.
He's at
He
least
got-
in
I
a
think we
bar.
did.
Yeah. No. He got tossed onto the cab that was next to...
He got tossed on top of a cab and just leaned over to the driver and goes, take me to the bar.
yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on, Matt. He didn't even have to say that. The
That's
taxi
true.
driver knew. As soon as he
He's
saw
like-
his face,
Yeah.
he's like, I
That's
know.
Tom.
He's a cop. He's Irish,
Yeah.
right? So guess where his fucking wake is going to be? Inside a bar.
Hey, he just flipped the meter on and drove off. So, yeah, no, if we did miss it because we had to cut because I had to pause to get pizza. Yeah,
We
so,
talked about it. But
Yeah. So anyhow, he's in there, Bruce is in there talking to the coroner guy, and the coroner guy's like, look, man, I don't know. People get fucked up in here, and my job is I just, like, stitch their bodies together and shove them in a fucking box. That's what I do.
Potter's Field. That's where everybody's fucking going. So who pays
Yeah.
attention?
which
Yeah.
that's a weird thing to say though, right? Because like, is Potter's Field like? Isn't that mostly for people who it's unknown who they are? I mean, like,
No.
do they
Potter's
also
Field is for anybody who dies.
And is
I don't know about the
unclaimed?
rest of the country, but at least in New York, Potter's Field is where, let's say if you're a homeless, if you're if you're not in jail, maybe I think jail has a certain place where they bury you. But if you're homeless, if you're
Right.
poor, and there's nobody who takes your body and
Yeah.
is
Right.
going to pay for it, that's where you end up going. And basically, I think what it is they cremate a bunch of people, and then it's just the ashes that go into the fucking ground. I don't think they're actually putting real bodies.
Right.
okay, yeah. I thought that was just a weird thing because I always thought that was like where it was John Doe's essentially.
Shit, I better buy a fucking
But-
plot.
Yeah. So then he says, yeah, hold on. I'll look up Cordell's record. Looks up Cordell's record. Says, that's fucking weird. Some broad came in and claimed his body. It's, it was Sally.
Wait, how does that work?
That's a good question, Tim. I have no idea. Apparently
Not
you can just
married.
do
I'm
that.
just his girlfriend. I want the body.
Yeah. But it worked because I guess it was cheaper for them than cremating him and throwing him out.
Well, wait,
She's a
but-
MILF.
And hold on, they did throw some confusion in there though, because we do see.
Yeah. So what comes up after that?
Okay, this comes up afterwards. Okay,
Yes.
like
is he says, and by the way, I want to talk to fucking Tom. And Bruce is like, yeah, tough problem about that. Tom's fucking dead.
yeah, he gave him a lot of information and then got skeptical about who he was talking to.
Right. Then he's like, I don't know if you've read the papers yet, but Tom's fucking dead. And he's like,
That's right, that's the paper.
I haven't had time to read the papers yet. I've been busy. He picks the paper up and
It's
he's
on
like,
his inbox. Just
oh, look, here is the paper, by the way. And it says you killed him. So, like, you know what? If I'd just killed half a dozen cops, the last place I'd head to was a fucking penitentiary. Which
Fair
is a
point.
good line. Fair point, right? So they tell him, look,
Especially
man.
with that chin, right? No matter how far the fucking artist is going on the fucking character of you, he's going to hit that fucking chin.
I mean, you definitely cut a silhouette if you're Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Come on.
Every fucking character Bruce Campbell has ever done on the beach, he's always ended up as Mac Tonight.
Yeah. So, yeah, they tell him, look, man, it wasn't Bruce Campbell that did it, clearly. It was Cordell that fucking did it. And then the doctor flashes back to Cordell. His body all bloodied and fucking battered and not looking great. And he
Only cut in the face.
Only cut in the
stabbed
face.
one time in the back, that's it.
And the hand, right? Like,
and the
hands
hand.
were
The
messed
hand
up.
was fucking mangled. That's true. And then he says, look, man, he doesn't say it, but it's depicted to us that he detects a heartbeat. And so he performs CPR. And he says, look, man, he had friends and stuff, okay? We couldn't just put him back in this jail because they'd
Kind of
fucking
hero,
kill
right?
him.
What am I supposed to do?
He's a little bit of a hero. They'd kill him in the fucking jail.
We
And by
found
the
a way out for him, right?
Yeah, we found a way out.
This
I
is the way it
resuscitated
always
him.
happens, right? Cop gets arrested, cop gets in trouble, but 6 months, 7 months, 12 months later, there's always an out.
Yeah, yeah. And his out, though, led to him having brain damage, which we learned that he was basically brain dead. But, yeah, he says, you know, he got a fucking bum rap, too.
Yeah.
Like, he got sent up by a corrupt politician.
Right.
Couldn't they have said something about how his face got fucked up like that?
Well, because the guy says, I was certain that he was legally dead.
Yeah.
Which was like the... So, I mean, I guess, does that just mean because of how little brain function he detected? I mean, it seemed like a weird line where it's like...
No, I think legally is he's the one who legally signs the paperwork, right? So
Right.
whatever he says legally goes.
And
Okay.
Tim, all I have to say about that, Tim, is seed you hack. Uwe Boll's movie Seed,
Full
where
circle.
the guy...
And you know what circle means, Eddie? It's a spiral,
Ah,
right? Oh my fucking god! Look at that! It's circles inside of spirals.
that's true. Yeah, Seed, the Uwe Boll movie about a killer who gets electrocuted, survives, and digs himself out and kills a bunch of cops.
Was that
And
the
a
first
little
Candace episode?
Girl, what? Yeah,
Which,
you know
by
what?
the way,
think
let
it
me just
was.
say, everybody who listens to this podcast, do you know who Candace is?
No, nobody cares about her. so
It works on so many levels on this show.
it does. So, yeah, he says, I'm not going to have you guys ruin my career, by the way.
He
by
hits
going
that
out-
office bottle.
And, oh, my God. Because he grabs that office bottle of scotch and he's fucking shaking while he's pouring it. And I'm like, is he, like... Has he been haunted by? Is he inspirited by the ghost of Tom Atkins? Is that suddenly what happened, real quickly?
No, he has the cushiest fucking government job you could ever have. Let's just say, if anybody who works for the government who listens to this podcast, just imagine what kind of cushy job you have as coroner for a fucking prison.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay? Guess what? Every fucking person who's dead did it to themselves.
This is like my rant about if you're going to be a doctor, be a foot doctor, because worst case scenario, you just cut the foot off. Like
You know,
versus
it's
a
funny
brain
that you say
doctor.
that because I go to a foot doctor who isn't in my insurance policy, and I have to pay him. And because I had 2 ingrown toenails, because thanks to fucking finger cock-sucking fucking shoes, don't ever fucking use those shoes.
Yeah.
Finger shoes?
Yeah,
that
there
what
was
you
a
said?
thing for a while. There were things that you wore on your fucking feet that
Oh,
had
the ones that were
individual
supposed to...
toes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
And it was supposed to be quote unquote like walking in nature. Like
Tim,
why
did you do that?
Guess what? All the people who won the New York Marathon, they all wore these fucking shoes or they ran barefoot. So I fucking bought them and I ended up giving myself 2 fucking ingrown
Yeah,
toenails.
see, here's the thing about like walking in nature is people invented shoes because it sucked.
Yeah, it
That's
sucked.
right. Yeah, you know, there's something called evolution, right?
Well, there's something called invention. Like,
Yeah.
We also used
Problem
to die
solving.
by like 40. So then we came up with like toothbrushes.
Which, by the way,
so.
I have the video of my ingrown toenails being cut
Ooh,
off completely.
that's
If anybody
wonderful.
wants to see it on the blood bank,
Yeah.
what level should that be, Betty?
Oh God, we should.
It should be your copay level.
Yeah, whatever your copay is. That's exactly it.
I got a good union.
Yeah. So I love that Bruce's girlfriend here is like, look, man, we're not here to ruin your reputation. We just want to bury Cordell once and for all. So now it's St. Patty's Day Parade with Sam Raimi as the reporter talking about, people were worried about going out, but not anymore.
Right.
And we cut to the mayor.
Okay, see, this time I get the mayor.
Oh, you do?
Wait.
I think at this
wait.
point he has to get the mayor.
Because
Okay.
Richard Roundtree, did we cut to Richard
Yes.
Roundtree, the punchline of a joke?
Yeah.
Like, where it's just like, it was my wife, or I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes,
Yeah.
I think this is where that converges for my viewing experience.
That makes sense. And they just got that act. Yeah, that makes so much sense. So, yeah, he says he's a scaredy cat. He doesn't want to go out to the parade because, the maniac cop is going to be there to kill him, he thinks. So just then, Teresa shows up. And she says, look, it's Cordell that did the killings and stuff, not my boyfriend. You need to leave him alone, right? So, yeah, that's where we get, like you said, Lieutenant Shaft plays the voicemail from Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Just vaguely says, like, hey, I think the killer might have details that he's getting from a lady cop.
Right.
Great.
Which is not at all how he would have,
No.
his whole character this whole time has been so certain and clear about what he's doing.
Exactly.
He
Yes.
would have been like the Gimp. The Gimp
Yeah,
cop.
he would.
Yeah. It's Gimpy Sally. She's the fucker.
The Catholic who couldn't commit suicide, right?
Yeah.
It's weird that the cop that just
That's
died
fucked
left
up,
this
right?
completely.
Because you know what? She's going to hell. Because she's Catholic.
Yeah, that's true.
She tried to kill herself, but she didn't do it. So when she does die naturally, she's going to hell. So
I think
she might
kind
as well
of killed
do it.
herself too. I mean,
A
you know,
little bit, yeah.
She
but
kind of had a lot involvement, but like
befriending the fucking maniac cop, I think that's like a slow suicide.
helping him out. Yeah,
She already said she wanted to die, just not because she loved him.
right.
Remember?
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about suicide by cop?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sally
what
committed
she
suicide
did.
by
Wow,
maniac
holy
cop.
shit.
By Maniac Cop. Yeah,
Yeah.
But, like,
damn.
yeah. That message though, it's like it should have sounded like they spliced it together from like other
Exactly.
recordings.
That was my note. Is like I want this to sound like they fucking cut it together poorly, like I did with the intro music. So
Because otherwise it's like it's totally out of character for Atkins.
makes no sense for him. He's a drunk. Maybe, I mean, well, I was gonna say maybe he's drunk, but I think he
No.
is like Leahy. He is the liquor. You know.
Right. Oh yeah. No, that would have been no different than any other message.
Exactly. Then Sally's like, look, Teresa's like, look, that was fucking Sally he was talking about. And then I love Shaft's like, well, that's great, but we've got you here on this visitor log to go over and help your boyfriend escape. And by the way, then he escaped and he fucking killed half of the cops there. And this is all bullshit, and I don't have any time to talk about it because I got to go to the parade.
Parade. Yep. And we're gonna leave you here
Nice.
with creepy
Oh, God.
creepy cop.
Creepy cop. By the way,
Oh, wait.
I was
does-
Tell me,
waiting.
this is not the cop who's going to work in SVU, right?
Dude, this guy has the best line of the movie. So
This cop was working in SVU because Shaft and his buddies, they all leave and get fucking killed
just-
by maniac cop. So
This guy,
I'm
wait,
standing-
out of the whole movie, this is the real maniac cop, right?
Well, dude. Well, but when they get killed, though, like it's
Yeah.
mostly off camera. It's like,
Yeah.
do you think Richard Roundtree is like, dude? I'm not.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like, you're not going to touch me. I'm not
Yeah.
going to have any fucking fake blood on me. I'm
They
walking
didn't
out
tell
the door.
him he was dying. They just told
Yeah.
him, guess
Yeah.
what? You're going to be the one who figures the whole shit out.
They just gave him the
film it
fake
next
happy
week.
ending.
Don't worry, come back.
Yeah.
Dude, you just got on the elevator. It's cool.
They're like, all right, and cut. All right, get Ernie Hudson in him. Have him turn
Yeah,
left. We're going to stab him. Poor Ghostbuster. Anyhow, so yeah, then that's when they shut the door, and fucking creepy cop is... He's like, all right, you got to book her. And
Hold
he's
on,
like,
hold
all
on.
right.
Matt, what is the line that this fucking cop says to this woman,
well,
who is also a police officer, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a couple, but the best is that you got a real rotten ass attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, right.
Oh, that's not
the
I
one.
got a different line.
No, this
I
one
just-
I've got is
Okay.
he sits her down in the chair and she's like, wait, what? Aren't you supposed to be like booking me or whatever? And he goes, yeah, what's the rush, sweetheart? We got the captain's office all to ourselves.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
see, here's a line that I have written down.
Told you he's
Hey,
got
honey.
too many.
You could put a real feather in my cap.
Oh, yep. Because the whole thing is he wants her to drop
Yeah.
the dime on where her boyfriend is, so
Right,
he
it's
can
Well, the way they
invest.
play it off is, at first it looks like he's like, hey, you know what? Give me a blowjob and I'll
Yeah.
let you go.
Right.
Yeah, but no.
It's a good swerve because his mustache is telling me, like, this guy is going to assault
Oh,
her.
yeah. Yeah, that mustache, that
Of
is
course.
an
Oh,
assault
come on.
mustache.
He grew that as a fucking tickler, and it still doesn't work.
No, no, it does not. You can't be tickled when it's you're being tortured at the same time.
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah,
Hey,
no, I
some
love
people
it.
would say tick. I had a girlfriend who told me that every
Oh,
time I
boy.
tickled her, it was the same thing as torturing her. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess I'm into torture.
Yeah. Tim, that poor woman. Anyhow, speaking of poor women,
Yeah, or me. Trust me.
he just tells her, like, tell me where your boyfriend is. We'll arrest him, and then I get a promotion. It's win-win. She's like, how is that? I don't know how that's win-win.
Right.
Whatever. Fuck you. I'm not going to do it. She's like, God damn it. All right, fine.
How is that
Handcuffs
a
her.
win-win
That's right.
for her?
That's right.
Right.
Because he's way too confident going into this that he's got
Yeah.
like, some upper hand, which he doesn't.
That's how
he's
you're gonna
literally
play it, man.
just.
Come on, he's a fucking pickup artist, right?
Yeah.
I don't
like-
need you to confess. I
No.
don't want you to confess.
But
by the
that's-
way, those are ugly shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
People who wore those shoes
Well,
kind of
that-
confess.
again, he does say she's got a real rotten ass attitude. So
Yeah.
that's the neg,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those, like, my favorite nig, which is you don't sweat that much for a fat girl.
See?
So,
Perfect.
Wow, holy
a good
fucking
one.
shit. Come on, man. Come on, for real. Come on, full
So you-
fucking real. If that line has ever fucking worked, if that line has ever not ended up with a woman who might be slightly overweight or might have some perspiration problems, throwing a punch or at least a drink in that motherfucker's face, I will eat my hat.
Hey, you don't sweat that much for a fat girl.
Bad to the pork bone.
Oh, God. So, yeah, he handcuffs her, walks out with her, right? Then I fucking love this shit. Maniac cop busts in and kills him. So now
Yeah, he
she's
handcuffs
just-
her to him.
Yeah. So now she's got to drag this fucking dead asshole around. A la, like, I don't know, Violator
It's
with
the
that.
Tales from the Crypt episode. There's
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
that's
Carry
right.
on Death.
yeah.
One of my
I think
favorite
has
episodes.
that been on Patreon yet?
We haven't done an episode on Carry On Death yet.
Yes, we did.
Carry On Death? No, we did the one with Zelda Rubinstein.
We did. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. I guess I'm having a psychic flash.
Yeah, we got to do Carry On Death, though. That's a great episode.
Maybe I
Yeah.
did that with another podcast. I just don't remember.
Could be, Tim. Could be. So, oh my God. It's fucking just bedlam now because she's dragging this dude in. Maniac cop's busting all over the place trying to fucking get to her.
He's just skeet.
Skeet. Did I tell you that? I heard that song in a furniture store. No shit. I was looking-
Skeet.
Yes.
In a
unedited.
furniture store? Come
Yes.
on.
I was in a furniture store looking for a fucking recliner because mine got busted because I had it forever. And then I'm like,
Because you
all
were
right, I gotta...
skeeting.
Yeah. Hey, that stain proofing didn't work. And I'm like, all of a sudden I just
Look,
hear...
I'm not Scottish, so that Scotch guard didn't work.
Yeah. I'm finished. I'm going to need something a little stronger. So,
You did
and
finish.
all of a sudden, I just hear Little John over the loudspeaker. It's all 369. Damn, I'm like, okay, this is Get Low by Little John. This is probably edited. And then, no, it's just not fucking edited. And there's just families walking around. I'm like, awesome. Great. This is a good Saturday.
Fucking move, because that reminds half the people who are in that fucking furniture store why they need to buy a new mattress.
Get the extended warranty on their
headboard.
shit. Oh, God. That's you know what? Brilliant, Tim. I never would have thought of that.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Holy shit. How many times did I skeet all over and I missed the fucking head and I got the fucking headboard?
And it's one of those leather headboards, so now I got to fucking replace it. God
No, it's one of those suede headboards, okay?
Oh,
Made out of
even
material
worse.
that really
Yeah.
absorbs it.
Just sucks it right up, man.
You do not want the fucking UV light going on that headboard, let me tell you.
So after enough coming on headboards here,
Yes.
Tim,
Let's rein it
I
in.
love that we're going to rein it in with Maniac Cop because the Maniac Cop busts in on her just as she gets the handcuff off, grabs an office chair, tosses it out of the window. And when I say out of the window, I mean almost hits a cop that's 4 stories down. Yeah, that has to
must
move.
be the strongest
now they
damn
pay
chair.
attention.
Was
That's
that?
That's a strong chair or
Yeah.
a really weak window. Like an
Yeah. And
No,
then
88, they didn't have fucking double fucking plain glass.
yeah, this wasn't like poured glass. This was some shit. So then we look across the street and there's Bruce just waiting across the street. So
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, that's convenient.
not that inconspicuous considering that there's a ton
No.
of cops right
Hanging
there, and
out
he's just
across-
the one dude in a doorway.
Hanging
He
out
should have
across
fucking
the street from the
handkerchief around
cop
his
shop.
chin.
Yeah.
By the way. Oh yeah, yeah, he's just got a little bandit's mask going on. So she makes her way out to the ledge. All of a sudden, all the cops see Bruce. They're like, oh, hey, fuck, here he is. Because, you know, we're paying attention to where the broad threw the chair out the window.
Yeah.
And they just arrest him. Throw his ass in the paddy wagon. And while they're dragging him off, he's pointing up to the roof of the cop shop like, look what's going on over there right now. Okay.
Great police
now,
work, right? A chair busted out of the police fucking headquarters window.
And there is a screaming woman climbing
Yes.
out on the ledge.
Tim.
And they thought it was somebody trying to tip them off to, hey, the guy you're looking for is
That's an
across the
awesome.
street.
That's an awesome way to
He's over
point someone
there.
out.
Yeah. So, Tim, I got a question for you. I said 4 stories. How many stories up do you think she was in this building?
It looks like at least 6.
Okay. Maniac Cop was in the same room as her.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now Maniac Cop busts into the paddy wagon that Bruce gets
I have a
thrown
problem with
in
that.
across the
Fuck
street.
that shit. Don't say that racist shit, Eddie. Come on, stop calling it that. It's
Okay,
not a
well, they
paddy
call it that in the movie, Tim.
wagon. Racist fucking movie. I have it written down.
I
Racist
know.
fucking term.
It is. It
Is
is.
it the Irish Mobile?
Yeah.
That is exact. Matt, you are 100%. That is exactly why it's called a paddy wagon.
I know. I
Yeah. Around where I
And
came from.
Believe me, the Irish mobile would be not driving straight down the road. It'd be swerving all over the place.
I
They
was
would get
just-
arrested and put in the paddy wagon. Oh, wait. hold
right.
on. It makes sense.
No, it's great because it's potato shaped too. So.
Yeah, yeah. I was just going to say, where I come from, the paddy wagon is the van everybody loads into to go to the bar. But no, so Maniac Cop gets in the front of the fucking van with poor Bruce locked in the back and just drives off. And he's fucking getting slammed all over the place in the back. And I love this because then Teresa finds like some dipshit cop.
Wait. So with this, because and if you have to go back and watch this part. She uses the fire escape to get down, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But the way they cut it and the way they lay the sound effects, there's brakes squealing on a car that we were watching, and we cut, to her sliding down on the fire escape, but the sound of the brake squealing is carried over, so it really looks like the fire escape is making the noise.
Well, she's doing the thing where she's sliding down the fire escape with the hands on the outside, and then squeezing her hands.
So it's just like,
oh, that's great.
And it's just like a slightly mistimed cut, and it is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So I highly recommend watching that part.
That's great. Yeah, I gotta rewatch that. That would, God, it's so fucking stupid at this end because she just finds some dumb deputy guy and she's like, "Hey, get in the car," and he's like, "Okay." So they drive off,
and she's very casually holding a loaded shotgun.
Yeah, because he's like, "Do you know how to use a shotgun?" And she's like, "I think so." So he's like, "Here," hands it to her. She's like pointing it up like at her own face while they're driving.
We see that she is loaded.
She's pointing at his face. I was like, please tell me this is going to be a fucking Pulp Fiction where she fucking blows the cop's head off with the shotgun.
He hits a speed bump and
just gone. Oh my God. And he just looks like Maniac Cop after that. Ugh.
And now it's funny to know that there's all those scenes with the mayor. Because, like, I kept thinking, like, okay, this movie's, like, 85 minutes max. And this, it's not even really a chase because we never see the two vehicles, like, on screen together.
No.
But, like, it lasts forever.
It does.
Like, it's long. To the point that
time.
I don't think I ever saw, like, the cop car not going sideways. It was like every shot was him just...
I just think they're trying to build tension.
Yeah.
They're trying.
And it doesn't really work.
I mean, what's funny is when they tried, they failed, and when they didn't try, that's when they fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 notes from the car chase that I thought were interesting, besides her almost blowing the deputy's fucking head off with a shotgun. Number 1, I like Maniac Cop honking at people, like, pissed off. Honk, honk, get the fuck out of the way. I love that, right?
We should have seen him flip someone off.
They're just regular civilians. We don't know.
Yeah. Number 2.
How come Maniac Cop doesn't know fucking sign language? That's what I want to know.
No.
You know, yeah, that's a good question.
Now, there you go. There's the versus movie.
He would sign to the Ed 209.
Maniac Cop versus King Kong and Godzilla, right?
Versus Mecha Godzilla. So then the next one I have is Maniac Cop ramming a car and flipping it over for no reason.
Yeah, with no one.
Fuck it. That guy red or yellow.
Dude, and there was no one in that car on that flip. That was hilarious.
Nothing.
Like, they had one shot at that and they kind of messed it up.
No, they didn't have one shot, Matt. They had one dummy. That's it.
You know, there wasn't even a dummy in it.
Well, they had 2 dummies, but they had to use the last dummy for the next shot. Or the last shot.
Oh, the greatest shot ever, maybe, right?
It's so good.
Eddie, I knew as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, I know Eddie. It's just like fucking just came in his pants when he saw this.
So the sequence is what makes me come in my pants. Number 1, he accidentally clips the security guard.
Yep. That's the guy who I think is Spiro.
Yeah, that's Spiro, because he gets fucking clipped.
Spiro did work in a garage, but he was never a security guard. There's no way he could have passed a background check.
Because the director said, hey, anyone around here want to get hit by a truck? And Spiro says yes.
Do I get an extra $50? Like, you get an extra $25. Maybe.
Dude, he would have fucking done it for a dime bag.
Yeah. We'll see how you land it. So, and he lands it. It goes well.
We'll pay you. That's right. We're going to pay you after.
Yeah. So
whatever you want, kid. Don't worry. As long as once you get out of the water, then we'll pay you.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So the Maniac Cop drives Bruce into a fucking warehouse, gets out, right, goes over, grabs himself an axe, and just starts...
And has way more trouble with this door.
It takes so long. And I've seen this dude
what the fuck, is he running out of energy or something?
Yeah, he's gotten worse. Like, by the end of
Yeah. And we see his face here once he finally...
Jack Torrance does a better job hacking that fucking door down than he does.
Because it takes Maniac Cop a while. And it's so long that Bruce, kind of a smart plan...
Yeah, it's
waits
actually...
until the lock is disengaged. And it kind of reminded me of Your Next when they're like, you open the door and I'll be running
for it.
But this works out much better, Eddie.
Yeah, no one gets decapitated. He just kind of falls on the ground.
Yeah.
past Maniac Cop.
he got a couple feet.
He did, to be fair. And you know what? Was just enough time for Teresa and the dumb deputy to pop in with their shotguns.
I think this is the equivalent of throwing two 101-mile-an-hour fastballs and throwing a changeup.
Yeah, because you just don't expect what... Because Maniac Cop's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He opened the door. Holy fuck.
All right, well, fuck it. Then, yeah, so those two show up, Teresa and Deputy Dipshit. And I love that Teresa goes to, like, shotgun Maniac Cop, but fucks it up. And then Deputy Dipshit's
can't shoot.
Tim. Deputy Dipshit fires at him and fucking misses. Maniac Cop gets the shotgun, but he just shoots the deputy guy.
Yeah, I thought he was going to, like, stab him with it.
I thought something, yeah. Because he's not shot anybody yet.
He could never sing that Bob Marley song ever again.
Yeah, he shot the deputy.
He did shoot the deputy, too. Did he shoot the sheriff? No, he didn't shoot the sheriff.
No,
he did the not. Only person.
He was just trying to grow a little seed. Come on.
Yeah. and this is when we see, Maniac Cop's face. And it's kind of looks like somebody stapled some pastrami to it a little bit. It's not the best makeup, but...
Wait, come on. I had to watch this 2 times before I got past his chin.
That is just his chin, by the way.
Right. I know. That's not his... they did not put any fucking makeup. There's no prosthetics or anything at all. That's that motherfucker's face. Motherfucker looks like Mask.
By the way, he used to work as a cop in Chicago.
Oh my fucking God. I would shit
Robert
in my
Zadar.
fucking pants.
Yes.
Whatever the fuck it is that I just did and I saw this cop coming after me, I'd be like, holy fuck.
Yep. I'm guilty.
They should have put based on true events.
Because he was a cop.
Just...
That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So...
There was something there.
I love that he just, like... He doesn't want to kill Bruce or Teresa. Because he just grabs Bruce and throws him at Teresa. Then Maniac Cop's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Like you said, maybe his powers.
But he was trying to kill them before in the jail, right?
True. He was.
But he does need them alive if he has any shred of like a cover story, which the undead. Cop,
at this point, he doesn't need a cover story. Who's going to cover for him?
Right. No.
And to what end? What is
Cops.
he going to... Well, now I can retire to the suburbs. He's fucked.
With full benefits and a pension.
He gets in the van, floors it. Bruce chases him down because Bruce is a good cop. He's like, I got to get the Maniac Cop, arrest him and clear my name. But Maniac Cop has other plans as he fucking impales himself through a pipe.
Just some low-hanging random pipe.
No, come on, Matt. The docks are falling apart.
Well, I know.
True. True.
It was literally...
Didn't they say that we're going to tear them down in a week? Like
something like that.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, we're going to suspend these pipes.
We'll just leave them hanging.
Look, you gotta knock down the bikini car wash to build the mall.
Yep.
That's just what happens.
True. Sad gentrification.
Yep.
And this is the famous scene where you see Maniac Cop's fucking van careen off of the docks into the drink, and a terrible Bruce Campbell dummy.
Yeah.
Hanging on the side of it.
He just does a fucking Mr. T, and he just completely relaxes, right? He's like, if I'm relaxed, if I'm like a drunk driver and I'm completely relaxed, nothing's tensed up, I'll survive.
Last second, the ghost of Tom Atkins is
I was going to say, he pulls a Tom
limp.
Atkins. Go limp, boy.
Go limp, boy. It'll hurt less.
It won't be the first time that Tom Atkins has had that problem.
Now,
With all that drinking? Come on.
Involuntarily.
This is hilarious. Like, why did the Maniac Cop scream?
I don't know, because he does.
Holy shit. That's the first time we hear him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like they went backwards. Like, they made him less intimidating the more the movie happened. He couldn't open a door just a little bit ago. Like,
oh my God. Maniac Cop
But
is like a zombie version of a Benjamin Button, is what you're saying?
yeah,
Wow.
He's just But it was the weirdest thing. He's been silent the whole time.
Mhm.
And he
Like, "Oh!"
screams.
Yeah.
But this
He's
movie
been
can't
shot,
make up its
like-
fucking mind. What is he? Is he
Yeah, is he
fucking reincarnated,
Yeah.
or is he just a regular person? Because at one point, I think the lady cop says she
Yeah.
shot him twice in the fucking
the-
head.
Yeah.
Right.
So it couldn't have been a bulletproof vest. And Teresa, or not Teresa, Sally
It's a bulletproof
says,
chin.
oh no, Teresa says he wasn't breathing and he was stone cold.
Right.
Like-
yeah,
Yeah, that's
you
right.
could feel
When
the
he
cold through the
grabs her,
gloves.
Her hands are through the gloves. It's fucking cold.
Yeah.
So what is he? Is he?
Right.
Is this part 2 yet, where he gets fucking reincarnated by a zombie priest?
yeah.
Or is he supposed to be some guy who went to jail and then they cut him up and the coroner cut him a
Right.
break?
I really think they thought they were tiptoeing that line better than it turns out they were.
Yeah.
Like I feel
that
like
makes sense.
you know, I feel like they were trying to pull the John Carpenter with Michael Myers. Like, what is he? Is he human? Is he supernatural? Like, but
And
the
they
thing is,
just fucked it up.
well, yeah, because one, you just don't have Michael scream, like, or
Yeah.
but like, yeah, no, they just didn't, or they didn't know. Like, the director thought one thing,
So
the
wait,
writer
hold
thought
on.
another.
Matt,
Like,
are you saying this is a difference between the director and the editor?
could be.
Mm-hmm.
I
Could
mean,
be.
I
Could
I
be.
just, you know, I think they thought they were being clever, like, and like, oh, is he, isn't he? But the problem is, there's no mystery other than it's just confusion. It's
Yeah.
Then don't get him shot in the fucking head, or don't tell.
Well, we didn't even
Don't have
see
a fucking
that.
main character say, "I shot him 2 times in the head."
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep it ambiguous and say, "I shot him 2 times in his fucking chest and he didn't stop." So you
Well-
can see later on he has a bulletproof vest on, or surprise, surprise, at the end they kill him, they see his body, and he doesn't have a bulletproof vest on.
Right.
Instead of the like pseudo Jason ending that we
Yep.
get, because the van just goes into the fucking water, and then
One of
cut
my favorite
to-
things is that the shot of the crane pulling the thing
Yeah.
out, and the
Because
cops are all just
Wet.
standing around
There's
talking.
no water coming out of the fucking van.
No.
And they're all just like cops are standing around talking, and as soon as the thing gets lowered and touches the ground, suddenly they like start pointing their guns at it.
Yeah.
Hey, the cops, come
Freeze.
on.
That's true. They are cops. So yeah, they get the van out
When
of the
you're
water.
cops, every problem looks like a nail.
That's true, Tim.
And every gun is a hammer. There we go. Yep.
They all point the gun at it, but there's no maniac cop
Right.
in the car.
Now it's weird that they seem so shocked that like he couldn't have just fallen out.
Yeah.
like
The thing
no one
went
else
through
knew
his
he would.
fucking body, Matt. Come on.
Well, that's true.
How
He should have
fuck
been
did he get
pinned
out of
to
that?
it.
Only Bruce Campbell knows that, and I don't even think he even knows that for sure.
That's true. He was hanging
one
on the
saw it.
side of it. He
Oh
wasn't.
shit!
Yeah.
And did it go through his body?
Maniac cop, Hippotap.
I thought it just pinned him. I didn't. Did
No,
it
it pierced through his chest.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
But-
then the camera pans down to the water, and this stupid gloveless maniac cop arm reaches up and grabs the side of the pier. And for Matt, that's where the story ends, Tim. But not for us.
Not for us. No, not for us. Because
Oh.
holy Christ! What?
Yeah, they left us with another scene, Matt. We cut to the mayor's office, and he's talking to his advisor. And he's like, yeah, hey, it was Cordell. And his buddy's like, look, you should probably tell the public that it was actually just an imposter. Because if you want to get reelected, then you don't want to look like you fucked up and it was Cordell the whole time and you were wrong. So the mayor's like, whatever, fuck off. And his friend leaves, right? Then the camera pans around the room and it goes to the floor in Tim. Like a Ted Danson cutout on the set of Three Men. Or what was the fucking movie?
3 Men and a Baby.
3 Men and a Baby. I had it. Okay. There's just shoes sticking out from behind a stupid curtain. The curtain moves. The shoes walk out of frame. and we hear us screaming, and that's it.
But the shoes look like they're the curtain that he's standing underneath the shoes. Okay, they're doing a fucking dress to kill thing.
Yeah.
It looks like the fucking curtain. It looks like clown pants.
It looks so stupid. And clearly the person behind the curtain is just like some PA that weighs like, I don't know, maybe
It's
a
not
buck
even a
50.
PA, it's just a pair of fucking clown shoes.
No, a guy walks out, but it's like the curtain that it's hiding behind. Like, I don't know. You could have hid like Estelle Getty behind that fucking curtain. It was so
The
small.
author. Fuck Estelle Getty. Come on.
talking about
she'll
tiny.
shoot. Somebody will shoot.
She will.
She's the
And
mom.
Oh shit. Callback. Okay.
So that's curtains for Maniac Cop.
Literally curtains.
Yeah.
Matt, you've got to chase down this ending.
I
because
will.
It's shot so shitty, and it's jarring. Like for my rip of it, I've got like a 1080p rip up of it, right? And then
It's a
it
good
just
copy, yeah.
yeah, and then it just cuts to like 4p.
I think, Andy, what you have to do is you have to put in the show notes, you have to put in the timestamps for when the mayor and his sidekick.
Yeah, you know what I'll do?
popping up in the
I'll
show.
cut just that video clip
So
of the
people
ending.
join the Patreon.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, fuck them. Make them
See,
join the
I
page.
can't do the fucking actual thing, but I can do the setup.
Yeah. So that's Maniac Cop, guys. Wow. What a journey. Of course, you should definitely go watch it because, like you said, it moves at a clip. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not boring ever. It's
Even with the actual fucking footage.
yeah. I mean, we've been talking about it forever, but that's because there's so much to talk about. It's insanity. And Matt, I hope you get the rights to adapt this to some form of a comic.
Let's see. Maniac Cop Me Too. Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, there you go. So, okay, there we go. What's your fantasy crossover with Maniac Cop? Tim, you're going Roger Rabbit?
I will stick with Roger Rabbit or Maniac Cop in the Star Trek universe.
Ooh. It's like
That'd be interesting. Cop versus Shatner?
Ooh, shit. Oh,
I don't know who's going to win there. I guess
you know
us, the
Shatner's
viewer.
going to bang that MILF.
Yeah, Shatner's banging them all. So, Matt, what about you,
Hey,
buddy?
bang the green lady. One-leg lady is no problem.
That's true. She can hardly get away. So, Matt, what's your fantasy crossover with Maniac Cop?
Let's put Maniac. You know what? What's missing here? He needs a good buddy. He needs to be a buddy cop thing. So
Oh,
let's put
okay.
Maniac Cop.
He's going to get one in the next movie.
Yeah.
Well, no, but no, we like a police buddy. Like let's. Can we put him in 48 hours? is that too much?
Oh, wait. As who? Wait, as which one? As Nick Nolte or as fucking Eddie Murphy?
I think it needs to be as Eddie Murphy, so Nick Nolte can be saying all the racist things to him.
Holy shit. So Maniac Cop is going to look at the guy and say, every time the wind blows, my dick gets hard.
Yep.
Wow.
So just these two Frankenstein-looking
Yeah,
fuckers
exactly.
just grunting at each other.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Who can outdrink the other?
I gotta go. You know what? I love your flavor that you're throwing on here. I gotta go Maniac Cop and a half though with Baby Ghost.
Oh, fuck you, Eddie. Fuck you.
is
Cocksucker.
perfect.
Motherfucker.
You get me Maniac Cop with like a little sassy ghost buddy where they're going out and fighting crime. Dude, sign me up.
Wow. Holy shit. Maniac Cop and a half.
Yep.
You just won. That's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
And that's how we end it.